Okay, once again, welcome to another episode of the Digenet Podcast. I am Armand. I'm here again. With me, we have Raymond McDaniel.
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
And we have Quentin Tatum.
Right here.
There we go. So today's podcast in its entirety is going to be shorter than some of our other ones because I got to get a little bit of rest. I should get something to eat because tomorrow I can have no food. All I can have is clear liquids. Because I'm going in for a colonoscopy. Okay.
All right. So now you kind of gave us a little bit of a warning what it was, but I guess now you got to explain.
I got to go into it. So a colonoscopy is an important thing that a guy should do. I don't actually. I guess women. I don't know if women get them. Women should get the things. I'm pretty sure. I don't know because I'm a guy. But there's the. Your digestive tract is a place where cancer happens, right? So people get colorectal cancer all the time, and so they have to check if everything's okay up there. Okay, mm-hmm. And so in order to do so, this process is check this out. Hold on.
You got the film, the footage from the first one.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know where it is, but I have it somewhere. I have my props today. So this is the process. My procedure is going to be at like 11:45 in the morning. So tomorrow I can't have any food at all, not a single shred of food. All I can have is they call them clear liquids because they literally are clear liquids. Mm-hmm. That includes they count coffee in the list, but no creamer. Okay, so you can't have any dairy at all. You can drink water. You can drink, I guess soda's okay if it's clear. You can't drink anything that's blue or red, so nothing with dyes in it. You can drink grape juice if it's white grape juice. You can't drink the purple grape juice. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff you can't do. And definitely no solid foods, period. No noodles, no nothing. You can have chicken broth if you want. But I said, screw it, it's too complicated to try to find clear liquids. I'm just going to drink water. But tomorrow at 5 p.m., I got to drink half of this bottle. This is magnesium citrate, I guess. I'm not sure what it does. I got to drink 5 ounces of this. And then at 6 p.m., I have to, this 1 gallon jug. Hear that?
6 p.m. or 6 a.m.?
6 p.m. I got to
so put after the colonoscopy?
No, because my colonoscopy is on Wednesday morning.
Oh, okay.
So Tuesday is preparation time. I got to put this packet inside here, fill this entirely up with water, shake it around. This stuff dissolves, right? And then at 6 p.m., so at 5 p.m., I drink half of this. At 6 p.m., I drink half of this. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then I think at 9 p.m., I take 3 laxative tablets. Okay? And then at 10 p.m., I drink the other half of this. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is like butt flush. Okay, this will clear out your entire system. After taking these things, your entire system will be devoid of anything. Okay, and then the day of, Wednesday morning, 3 hours before the procedure, I get a second bottle of this and I drink the whole bottle now. And then I go in, they put me under. They require you to have a ride waiting for you when you're done, because they put you under, and then they have you ever seen those cameras that they put into like drains? So it's a camera at the end of a long thing that it's motorized. They can it's a hose. They can bend it and it moves around. Mm. Yeah, they insert that into your butt, and they just film their way around looking for things that aren't supposed to be there. Mm. Right? You'd be surprised how many people catch the early stages of cancer that way. They find it, and there's something you can do about it still. Okay, so definitely everybody, and I'm not sure if it's both men and women, but you turn 50 years old, you should be getting this done there's a certain period of time. You should to make sure that you're healthy. Right. So yeah, I had it done already before. I was actually in my 40s when I got my first one done. And everything turned out good. And so now I'm going in for another one. And dude, So the process of getting ready essentially is like a very aggressive fast, right? So, I mean, there's fasting, and then there's, what's that? You do a cleanse, right? This is a very aggressive fast combined with an extremely aggressive cleanse, right? Cleanses aren't like this. I mean, this stuff, this is a medical cleanse. Cleanses is when you like drink juice for 3 days or whatever. No. This is a medical cleanse. They prescribed will flush you out entirely cleanse. Right? You can't get any better than this, right? So yeah. So I'm looking forward to possibly dropping 3 to 5 pounds
in 1 day, in 2 days.
Well, because this cleanse, this will purge all the residual matter in your system. Because where is that I read that somewhere, or I heard it somewhere, that we're all carrying like between 5 and 9 pounds of partially or undigested red meat in our system.
Yeah.
This will dislodge all that and have it whoosh, make its evacuation from your butt, and you go inside there and you're clean as a whistle when they roll film.
That sounds like something we should do like monthly.
This should be done periodically. Yeah, at least the cleanse part.
I'd say the cleanse part. Yeah. That's something I would like to add to myself.
And if your insurance will cover it, and and you want to be totally secure, get your colonoscopy every year. That way nothing forms that you don't know about.
Right.
Quentin doesn't seem convinced. He's just the look on his face. Quentin is saying, dude, man, that's exit only.
I'm frozen, man.
Quentin ain't letting nothing go off his butt.
Quentin, dude, it's for your health, man.
I feel it, Quentin. I ain't letting nothing go off my butt either.
Quentin, it's for your health.
Understand.
Armand, I'm on the same thing as Quentin. I understand. It's just kind of hard letting something go up your butt, big dog.
Dude, it's medical. It's not like it's not like, and dude, and it's a freaking camera.
I look, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, man, something going up your butt. Like, it's no other way.
Dude, the only other way to get a camera down there, okay, so there's 1 of 2 ways a camera is going to go down there. Either in the outdoor or down through your throat. Could you imagine? I don't even know how many thousands of feet or hundreds of feet of intestine it has to go through to get there. There's no way that they're going to be able to have a camera go. And remember, the other way to do it is to do it like laparoscopically, like it's surgery now. There's only, really, realistically speaking, there's only one way something's going in there without cutting its way through.
That's why it's like, Jesus Christ. Either you're going to have to cut me open, put something down my throat, or put something up my butt.
Dude, down the throat's not going to work. There's no way that they can possibly control that.
Yeah, pause, but I ain't got a deep throat like that. I get it. Yeah. But I'm going up my butt, man. You know how long I've gone without something going up my butt? I kind of pride myself on that at this point in time.
Wait, if you ever partied and passed out, you don't know.
Oh, no, I've never partied and passed out, so I know. I'm one of those few where I ain't no questioning in my game.
You reach a point when it's medical, it's about health. You have to say, okay, I guess you're taking the laxative.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as far as a purge goes, as far as a cleanse goes, this is going to be the most aggressive cleanse you'll ever take.
And you know what? I'm with the cleanse. Like, I'm with the cleanse part. It's just I got to think a little bit about. Yeah.
It's how you catch cancer. So, when I say catch cancer, you don't get cancer, but you
prevent it.
You detect it, right? Yeah.
Detect it.
Yeah. So, regardless of how you feel about it, it's something that is, especially for men's health, it's definitely a positive thing. Dude, I'll tell you, man, when I did the first one, it's no big thing. You after you wake up from the anesthesia, you don't even know anything happened.
And the epitome of passing out, not knowing what happened the night before.
You're not digging that, are you? You're,
Man, I hate to say it because a lot of me and people like Quentin, it's not that we don't take our health seriously. It's just, man, some of the stuff, we ain't trying to go there with it.
Yes, there are some uncomfortable things that have to get done in order to be sure, right?
Yeah, to be sure and to live long. I get it.
Yep. I mean, like, we're not like women. We can't examine our own breasts. I mean, I guess we could, but we don't have that to do, right?
Yeah.
So we're not doing self colonoscopies. Could you imagine that? A home colonoscopy kit? You open the box up. So you're gonna do your own colonoscopy, like, you got like a special mirror, and then like yeah.
I don't think I would trust anybody to do that.
Quentin's like got this really sour look in his face.
Because you got to go in through your butt, man.
Yeah.
Dude, how else? Okay, Quint. If they're going to inspect the inside of your colon, how else you expect them to go through?
No, I'm just thinking a home kit where I'm inspecting my own butt. That doesn't even sound cool.
I don't even trust myself to do that. Not alone somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm gonna have my mom do a colonoscopy. I have my girlfriend do a colonoscopy on me.
Dude, your girlfriend's
I
a
definitely
doctor.
ain't trusting her.
She's a doctor.
I know she's a doctor, and I still don't trust her. I wouldn't do it. I'm like, girl, get away.
Oh my god! But yeah, I mean, it's a thing. But yeah, I encourage you to give it a try, because I mean, the alternative is butt cancer.
Butt cancer.
I guess that's not the right way to call it. Is it colorectal cancer?
Rectal cancer. I'll take that, but even that just sounds
Colorectal.
Colon and rectal.
Yep. You never know. I mean, like, watch. Next time we talk about this, Quentin will be raving about it. He's gonna go in every week.
Nah. you think he's gonna be like the Stiffmeister when they was like, all right, we're gonna have to do this we want to do another way, and next thing you know, he going in there every week. You remember that?
Wait, did that happen to Stifler? Or did that happen to the same actor in a different movie?
No, that happened to the Stiffmeister when they tried to go give sperm.
Yeah,
he was like, I can't do it. And they had to stick their hands up his butt, and he ended up.
Oh, was it that prostate massage?
Yeah,
that was that in American Pie? I don't even remember that being part of American Pie.
You know what?
It was part of
Road Trip.
Road Trip. Yeah, it was Road Trip.
It was Road Trip.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What is it? Sean Michael Scott?
Sean something Scott. Sean.
He's always going to be
Stifler. He's going to be Stifler forever.
Always going to be Stifler. I don't care. I forgot who that was. I forgot we saw
Sean William Scott.
Sean William Scott. Yeah, I forgot it wasn't Sean William Scott. I recently saw somebody where they was like, that is not his name. We kept calling him by his name.
Dude, Sean William Scott is actually there's an HBO series called The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah,
and Sean William Scott is in it, and he's playing a grown-up character. It's really surprising to watch that TV show.
I mean, but wait, what character is he playing?
Okay, so remember, what's his name?
He's not in the first season.
No, he's in the last one. What's his name?
I haven't got to the last season.
Oh, okay. You have not got.
I only got to I only got to 2 seasons.
Wait, how many seasons are there? Are there?
I think there's 4.
4. Okay.
Didn't that show win like an Emmy?
I think so. So what's the guy's what's the lead actor's name again? The dude who was in the Connors.
Hold on, I gotta go because
the big man.
Oh, you're talking about the guy from Roseanne?
Yeah, the Connors, Roseanne. Yeah.
Yeah, you said the
Connors. What's his name again?
John Goodwin.
John Goodman. So John Goodman is playing Elijah Gemstone.
He's playing the daddy.
Yeah, he's playing dad. He's playing Pastor Gemstone. So in that series, his wife has died, and his kids are a bunch of fuck ups, right?
But they balling and they preaching.
Yeah, I mean, in their own bizarre way, right? So
yeah.
And so his wife's best friend is played by Nick Offerman's wife in real life. and she and Stifler is her son in the show.
Wow.
And so when you and you know her kids grew up with his kids because their families are best friends, right?
Yeah.
And you don't recognize him because he's playing a grown up, like a real grown up character. He has a job, right? He has a blue collar type job. It's weird to watch him because he's not Stifler.
He's always going to be Stifler. That's what I'm telling you.
I know, but when you watch this show, and he's older now too, okay? So when you watch it, because he's not acting like Stifler and he's older, it takes you a second to realize who he is.
You know, he's in, you remember Final Destination?
Yeah.
Remember, there's a million of them.
There's a bunch of them. I haven't seen them all.
He was in the first one. And that's like he played a loser in it. I remember they kept bullying him. He kept being like, "Carter, you dick!" He just kept.
Dude, I mean, actually, here's the funny part. To me, he's not Stifler. To me, he's the dude from Dude, Where's My Car?
He wasn't Dude, Where's My Car?
One of my favorite. I got it on DVD here somewhere. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Was that before? That wasn't before American Pie.
I think it was before American Pie. Quentin, look that up. Dude, Where's My Car? And American Pie number 1. I think Dude, Where's My Car came out first.
It probably did.
And he will always be that guy for me because that was, I don't know why, that's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. I could watch it over and over again. Dude, it was, to me, that is prime Sean William Scott and prime Ashton Kutcher. No matter what Ashton Kutcher did afterwards, he was better in that.
Right? Oh, he didn't do nothing real.
Who, Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, I mean, what else he do?
That 70s show.
I mean, but okay, that 70s show made him.
Yeah, and then he had a couple movies, several actually. No Strings Attached. He had that one where he.
I saw that.
He was with Katherine Heigl in a movie where people were trying to. He was an assassin. People were trying to kill him.
I think I remember that.
He's in a few different things. Yeah,
I know the. You know, people are going to give me hate for this. I mean, I liked him in the Jobs movie. I liked him being Steve Jobs.
Like Steve Jobs.
I liked him as Steve Jobs.
Surprisingly enough, I've never seen it.
I saw that movie. That was cool.
I saw a couple clips of him as... Okay, Quentin, what do you got? What years did they come out?
American Pie, the first one is 1999, and Dude, Where's My Car was 2000.
Oh, it's just about the same time. Okay.
Yeah, but, remember they had... That was a big franchise. They had American Pie 2, American Wedding, American Reunion.
American Pie something band camp, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had Road Trip. Road Trip was that. I loved Road Trip.
Road Trip was good. I got to admit, I loved Road Trip. I enjoyed Road Trip. No, but those movies kind of, they really can't make movies like that anymore.
You can't make movies like that.
The funny part about those movies is a lot of the comedies, a lot of what happens in those movies is kind of in a way it's exaggerated, but it's real. It's the way that people think and do things. Right. But the sad thing
honestly though, I'm not gonna say you can't do it no more. You can't do it in movie theaters, but you can do it on Tubi.
Yeah, I guess.
Don't know if you've seen these Tubi movies, you can do anything on Tubi.
Okay.
I've seen kids get slapped on Tubi. I've seen people get raped on Tubi. You can do a lot of stuff on Tubi.
Okay, so Tubi. Okay, excellent. So but that kind of content. I mean, people have, I guess, decided to try to sanitize life. They only want things to appear on screen that as the way they think life should be, not the way that life is. Like, dude,
please. If you can have 2 women have a son on TV, you can probably still do it.
Dude, know what you can't have. No, there's a movie, of all the movies that I'm thinking of, there's a few in the 80s that could never be made today. One of them is Porky's.
What's Porky's?
Oh, you never heard of Porky's?
Uh-uh.
Okay, Porky's is a classic 80s. Quentin is looking inside himself.
I know Porky's.
No, Porky's. It's one of those classic, it's like one of those classic Quest 80s movies where a bunch of high school seniors, well, actually, which one was that? What movie?
Animal House. What? You thinking of Animal House?
Well, no, I'm talking about, okay, so there's in American Pie, did they all get together and say they were going to lose their virginity that year? Was that one of them?
In the first one, yeah.
That's the first guy. Porky's is essentially the 80s version of American Pie. So a whole bunch of high school students decide they're going to lose their virginity, and Porky's is the place that the title comes from is a like riverboat bordello / casino operating out in the bayou.
Oh,
okay, run by this big old dude called Porky, and so this place is his place. It's called Porky's, and so when push comes to shove, if they wanna lose their V card, they can go to Porky's, right? But of course, Porky's is this lawless place that these clean cut high school kids have no business being at, right? And a really famous scene in Porky's is when they're all crawling through like the maintenance areas to try to peep into the girls' showers at high school. And they end up peeping at the shower, and I guess the female PE teacher goes into the shower, and she's this hefty older lady.
Yeah.
And I guess there are some young ladies showering in there, and somehow one of the guys puts his penis through a hole in the wall, right? And then he's thinking that it's the young girls in there still, right? But no, the young girls have left, and this battle axe old PE teacher's walked in, and she sees the penis, and she's grabbed it now. She's grabbed the penis, and she's trying to pull him through the wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Porky's, and you can never make that now. You can also never make Revenge of the Nerds. There's a scene in Revenge of the Nerds where they wired up the sorority house with cameras, and they were all they're all watching the girls undress. Yeah, so there we go. So a lot of the classic 80s movies, the shenanigans are just a little bit outdated.
I think, you know what? I think it's a scenario because we already know that all movies are just regurgitated.
Yes.
I think we need to just go and redo movies just to see what people do. Because you know what? I'm at a point where it's just like, bring it. If you feel like it's controversial, all right, let's do it.
Could you imagine
because, I think some of the stuff y'all do is controversial.
Could you imagine trying to do a modern version of American Pie or Porky's, except with today's kids' sensibilities? It would be just also correct and.
You know what? And it's funny because it's like, it's funny because you know what? This whole week, one of the things that happened was I stopped listening to rap music. So
stopped listening to rap music.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell you why I stopped listening to rap music later, but I'm just gonna stick with the point, right? So I've been downloaded with all of this just information lately because since I'm not listening to rap music, I decided to just YouTube it, try to get all the information. That's why I knew about the situation that happened in Mexico. So now, have you heard of Nick Fuentes?
That sounds familiar. Who is he?
Nick Fuentes is like, what's the guy that got killed? Charlie Kirk. He's like Charlie Kirk with no class. No, I'm not going to say that. He's the incel Charlie Kirk.
Okay.
So, and it's like, now, you know what I'm saying? Like how you were just saying, like, we couldn't make a movie about dudes losing their virginity.
Yeah.
Now there's dudes that's proud of having their virginity and not having women. And like their whole, like, this guy's whole thing is just like, well, it's because the women, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it sounds like it's something incel was saying.
Okay. So their whole thing is, okay. So remember, okay. So Quentin, so obviously Raymond's familiar with the term. I am familiar with the term. Quentin, the word incel, do you know what it means?
Not exactly.
Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't cheat. Okay. So incel. So Raymond, don't say what it stands for. But describe an incel.
Incel is somebody who don't get none. It's a nerd who don't. And when you look at him, he look like a nerd that don't get none.
Yeah.
And people are listening to this guy. He's just like Charlie Kirk. Talk bad about black people. Talk bad about Jews. Talk bad about people he ain't never met in life. Talk bad about women. He ain't never had a woman.
Yeah. most of these incels are going to be, and we're going to offend a bunch of people with this. They're basement dwellers. They're a bunch of people. See, incels, generally speaking, are grown men. Okay, you don't
Grown
really.
men.
Teenagers aren't incels. Okay, they're not incels. Incels are grown men, 20s at least, 20s, 30s, 40s. I mean, whatever. And there are people who spend a lot of time on the internet too. So
Right.
you want to picture an incel? Picture a 35-year-old guy living at home in his mom's basement, playing online role-playing games, spending a lot of time on YouTube, a steady diet of Hot Pockets, right? And he's in there, and they're a lot of them will have YouTube channels. They'll be ranting about women, screaming about how, they're a nice guy, and women don't want nice guys. Women want assholes that treat them badly. If they could find a woman, they treat her like a princess. Okay, incels are the kind of guys who use the term milady, not ironically. Okay, they actually, they're that kind of guy, right? Like a dude with a neck beard, a overweight dude with a neck beard and a fedora. Hello, milady. That's that's an incel, okay?
Oh yeah, this guy, he looked like he can't grow facial hair. Like you don't know how old he is. You know what I'm saying? If he came and told me he was 40, I'd be like, yeah, you look like you 40.
27.
Here we go. And okay, so that's an incel. But Quentin, what do you think incel stands for? Incel is a portmanteau. It's a combination of words. It combines two portions of two words together into one word, incel.
I don't know what the N is, but I'm guessing the cell is celibate.
It is. And in is for involuntary, involuntarily celibate. Celibate not by choice. Okay, that's what an incel is. But in many ways, the term has come to refer to, an incel, okay, one of the characteristics of an incel is they're misogynistic. So, what's his name again? Who's the American British dude? There's brothers.
The Tate brothers.
The Tate brothers.
Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate.
So the Tate brothers, their rhetoric is incel rhetoric. The stuff that they talk about, they're connecting with their incel brethren, but they're not incels. They're getting some, right? Yeah.
And they pimping too.
Yes, and they're not incels. They're just I guess the misogynistic viewpoint that comes along with being a pimp.
Right.
Right. But they're not incels. So they're there to whip up the incels into a frenzy, but I don't understand why incels follow these guys because
they need confidence, and they get when you speak to an incel and you give them confidence, and you're not giving them confidence to go in the right direction. You're giving them confidence to kind of just be who you are, be happy that you are.
But the thing about incels, okay, so I don't spend a lot of time looking into this, but do they strive to stay celibate, or are they actively trying to get some? The whole involuntarily celibate thing, and they blame women for their celibacy. Okay, so incels blame women for their celibacy. They basically say that women won't give them the time of day.
Women don't like me, where it's like that's not the truth. You're just a loser. I'm sorry. Let me not talk negative. They don't know how to talk. I'm just gonna say it like this. I had my I wasn't gonna say I was involuntary celibate. It was one of the things I was oblivious. I was really oblivious to what I could do with women. I'll just say that, right? Once I became aware, once I became aware of how to talk to women, how to just be outside, how to just carry myself to where I'm somebody that a woman actually wants to be around. That's when everything that I needed happened. To where honestly, I thought about this other day. I'm at the most confident point in my life. It's just, I'm kind of tied down at this point in time. Mm-hmm. But it's if I wasn't tied down, I wouldn't have no problem having no women. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I look at it, it's like, I look at some of these guys and it's like, you're going in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go in the right direction of just working on yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, men and women, that's natural. You being an incel is not natural at all.
Here's a question about it, though. So I might be mistaken about this, but for some reason I'm under the impression that I don't know if it's all incels or if it's a group of them are basically trying to maintain their celibacy now.
Yeah, and that's not natural. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Okay, so they've gone from being involuntarily celibate to being voluntary celibate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so essentially, and this is what. Okay, so you'll see this. This happens a lot. There will be people with podcasts like this, right? Except their guests will be women that they've identified as low quality women,
and they like to talk crazy about them.
They'll bring on these low quality women. Low quality women to them are women who are on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So they
talking crazy to hoes.
So they like to bring the OnlyFans girls in and tell them that OnlyFans is going to ruin their chances of attracting a quality mate.
And that's wrong. Let that hoe be a hoe.
Yeah.
Like it's difference between people. And that's what like at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna advocate for women to be hoes. But some women are hoes. Some women will never have just one man.
Well, I mean, not just that, because I mean, okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I respect all forms of content creation. If it makes you money, it means that there's enough interest out there that what you're doing is valid, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, great example, and I'll never get this. There are people who make a significant living doing feet pics.
Right.
Just foot pictures, right?
Right.
And I mean, I can understand that, and we like to be. When I say we like to be inclusive, we're not. This is not some strange rainbow movement podcast. Nope. But I like to. I mean, whatever a person's into, they're into. You have to understand that what floats a person's boat, that's involuntary. Okay, that just happens. I mean, like, whether it's stuff that affected you growing up, something happened that somehow feet do it for you. And I got to accept that. Feet do it for, I mean, it may not do it for me, but it does it for somebody. Other people are into bald heads. For some reason, the bald head just, whoa, right? Other folks,
some people like tall people.
Tall people. Some people like short people. Some people like fat people. Some people like disproportionately large breasts. I mean, it's weird things, all sorts of strange things. Dude, some people like midgets. Is that a word I can say? Midget?
I think
it's dwarf calling little people.
I think it's dwarf style, to tell you the truth.
I think there's a difference between dwarves and midgets, though.
Oh, is it? Is it a height difference?
No, it's a something about the condition that makes them what they are.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know, but anyway, some people are into little people, right?
People into little people.
Some people are into little people.
People like smoking weed. People like doing whatever.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the funny part. I was watching something where a streaming service was talking about how it is trying to diversify its offerings so that you can easily search for what you want to find. And they thought it was a breakthrough that they were going to have categories, right? Mm. But in the world of categories, the big daddy of categories are porn sites, right? You go on a porn site and you go to there's thousands of categories because those sites make it easy for you to find what you want. Right? It's all about what the consuming public wants. Right? That's what you got to give them. And if what you're doing can make you a significant living, there's more than one person that wants. I mean, like, it's popular and it really is a living, right? Yeah. So, I mean, sex workers, if they want to be sex workers and they're successful at it, hey, that's a legitimate living, right?
Yes.
I mean, I guess it encompasses them, but people in pornography, I mean, like, that can be a legit living. It's tough because people enter it for different reasons. If you enter for the wrong reasons, the industry can eat you up, right?
Yeah.
If you're the wrong kind of person, you hear all these stories about about people in that industry dying from overdoses. Right? I mean, the partying can get to them, but at the same time, I've read articles about really business-like people in that industry, not behind the camera, but performers who are extremely business-like, and to them it's a job, and they're very, very successful, like very, very wealthy. Now they have their own production studios, they run stuff. But okay, bringing that up. Okay, here's something weird. Okay, this is kind of an incel thing. So incels are not into women who do that. I mean, like, in many ways, incels. Okay, so an offshoot of the incel thing is a online phenomenon called the trad wife. You ever heard of the trad wife?
Yeah, I heard about a trad wife.
Trad wives are women making content as traditional wives. They all look like they're from the 1950s, like Leave It to Beaver type women. Yep. Like they got the 1950s era stuff on. They're the kind of women that they present themselves as they're cooking for their husband and taking care of the kids, cleaning the house when he comes home. They have a drink for him, kind of a spouse. Those are trad wives.
Yeah. One of the wives where as soon as you pull up, she's happy to see you. Like, oh my gosh, he's home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
It means traditional wife. And, and these are conservative people. Like, that's, but incels are not a normal thing, because it's not normal for men to hate women or for anybody to hate women. Like women hate other. I mean, misogyny is not a normal thing.
I mean, that's why, like, with this guy, like, I gotta disagree with him because it's just like it's really just all hate. I can understand you feel like, if you feel like some stereotypes are real. I don't care about that. Like at the end of the day, you a hater. Like that's why I'm saying like I can't. I agree with exactly what you're saying. If you're doing on the internet, there's somebody that's there for you, and that's really what he is. But I'm not gonna get he's given too much legitimacy because this knows this guy. Like you know what I'm saying? Candace Owens. Like I remember Candace Owens just talking about this guy. I didn't know who he was, and then now it's like a phenomenon where it's like people like feel like he could spark a civil war because people are actually listening to him. I'm like, y'all listening to the nerd? Y'all listen to the dude who ain't getting none? Are you serious? When did this happen?
It's odd. I mean, but here's something that we also got to realize. It could all just be a ploy for views.
And you know what? I feel like it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if he believes this.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times you start doing something for the views. And eventually you cross that line where the crap that you were saying just to say it and get and earn, suddenly you own it.
Like, it's funny you say that, right? Like today, I would say like, I feel like it, for me, it's always like a building of awareness. But like, so the media personality, Charleston White, I had just seen this. It just happened today. He went on a podcast, right? And Charleston White is telling the man, like, I don't believe nothing that I'm talking. He's telling them this.
Okay.
I don't believe nothing that I'm talking about. I'm really playing on you. You don't know me. Like, you are paying me to be on here because I'm just going to say anything. That's it. I'm really playing on you. And the guy was like, no, you're not playing on me. This is like a business relationship. He kept telling him, like, no, I am playing on you. You don't know me. I'm just saying some of this stuff. I can't tell you my real thoughts and feelings. If I told you my real thoughts and feelings, you'll be mad. And then the Charleston White got mad and really started telling his real thoughts and feelings. Okay, like we've talked about this on previous podcasts, but we talked about Young Thug, right?
Yeah.
This guy knows Young Thug. And Charleston White was like, well, you want to talk about Young Thug? Let's talk about the victims Young Thug had. He was like, the podcast was like, we're not going to talk about Young Thug. And that's what made Charleston White mad. Because it's like, deep down, and I'm the same way. Deep down, we know what Young Thug, what he went to jail for and stuff like that. He can kind of play innocent, but it's like, bro, you're not completely innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to go too deep into his case. You guys can look that up if you want to look it up. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to play that. And pretty much what Charleston White was saying, it was like, if I told you my real thoughts, you not gonna like me because at the end of the day, you don't want to talk about Thug, right? And the dude was like, I don't want to talk about Thug. Exactly. That was his point. And it turned into a whole entire just pretty much like the guy took the content of Charleston White going off of him and leaving the podcast and used it as content. Pretty much.
Oh, wait, so Charleston White actually bailed on the podcast? He said
he left on the podcast. He got mad because he said that.
Wow.
And you know, his whole thing was, and like honestly, like it the guy has points, but Charleston White has a lot of points in this scenario. And he talked about just an overall as far as like, I even hate saying this, the black podcaster space. Okay. He was like, this is why we can't get nowhere because one, we can't be real. Two, you want to interrupt me while I'm talking. And he was like, I don't have these problems when I go to white people's podcasts. But when I come and deal with black people, it's always this. And this is what y'all want to see. He was like, he named off the podcasters that he only deals with. And that's why he only deals with those podcasters. Because at the end of the day, we like those podcasters know, I guess they can get a little bit more of the real Charleston because they've been dealing with him from day one. But he really broke it down. He was just like, I didn't know that people were following me on the internet. I was just saying just stuff online and people just started to follow me. This guy was a community activist and he said that one day he just started saying just random stuff. He started saying things about white people. He started saying things about black people. People start following him. His white friends stopped following him. And it just got to this point where the way he monetizes himself now, he don't got no channels. He's banned from all platforms. He does comedy shows and he does podcasts on other people's platforms.
Okay.
Huh. But it's literally what you're saying. He just saying it because it's shock value. He's even said that today. He's like, it's just shock value. I'm a shock jock.
Yeah, it's his shtick. I mean, like it's like how a comedian has an onstage persona. It's not them.
Yeah, and like people can't get past that. He's telling you that my name is Charleston White, but Charleston White is a character.
Yeah.
This is not really me. Like, you don't know me.
I mean, I think we talked about it before. Basically, that's Pee Wee Herman.
He's Pee Wee Herman. Like, I mean,
Paul Rubens is. I mean, that's the difference, though. Pee Wee Herman is Paul Rubens' alter ego, right? It's his persona for certain things,
right?
But because he is so immersed in it, he makes appearances as Pee Wee Herman. People don't realize that there ever was a Paul Rubens.
I mean, honestly, like, even when you saw him in Blow, it was like, dang, you got Pee Wee Herman in here selling drugs.
Yeah.
It really did look like Pee Wee Herman was selling drugs because he was gay.
And I mean, and there's other guys there's other guys who have immersed themselves in characters like that. Like so Pee Wee Herman's died recently, right? Or kind of recently. Past couple of years? Paul Rubens passed away.
I didn't know he died.
Yeah, dude, they had a show called something like Becoming Paul Rubens or whatever. I mean, like it was a documentary that he was helping to create. He knew he was dying and he didn't tell them.
Oh.
He wanted that to get created. And I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I've been wanting to see that.
That sounds amazing.
Dude, I want to see that. And they had no idea he was dying. They had no idea he was dying. And it came out after his death. But you watch it and you're like, how did they get all this footage? How did they film this? And because Pee Wee Herman's dead. I'm sorry, I keep calling him Pee Wee Herman. Paul Rubens is dead. And
I'm sorry, that's just what happens, bro. Yeah. Like when you play another character. It's just like we were just talking about The Rock. Like, I'm sorry, he's The Rock, big dog.
Actually, it's kind of funny to use The Rock. I mean, he spent enough time trying to lose it that I can kind of see him as Dwayne Johnson now, but I still call him The Rock.
He's The Rock to me. I don't care.
Another one. Another guy who immersed himself in the character. I don't know if he wanted to. I mean, he did it, and it worked out for him. And I'm not sure if he has any regrets about it because he's dead too. Is the dude? What's his name? The guy from Digital Underground. He has two characters that he.
Shock G.
What's that?
Shock G.
The one who put the sun on
Humpty Hump. So he has the Humpty character that he played.
Yeah.
That's one that I was reading about that. That's one of his alter egos. and actually even Shock G, that's an alter ego too. His real name is something. Yeah,
Lonzo know him. Like Lonzo say he's like a real musician. He knew how to play the piano and all types of stuff.
I believe it. For some reason, to me, I've never seen anything about him, but once I knew that he had those alter egos, and I kind of see him as some sort of odd, like, Renaissance man. That's how he is in my head. I'm thinking.
The funny thing about it, you can't. Now that's something that you couldn't do this day and age.
What?
Like you can be a rapper, then you just go put on a disguise and be somebody else and make a song. You can't do that. Like the Humpty. Like just imagine me. I just go and I'll be like Ray from the Block, and I just go put on a bandana and I make a song. I couldn't do that. Like,
why not, dude? Think about it. You should try that. You should
see if it will work.
Dude, come out as some retro '80s breakdancer. Get a fake afro.
I go dress up like the guy from Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
I'll dress up like him.
I mean, really get into character so they don't know it's you. I mean, like, dude, that dude even put on a fake nose to become Humpty.
He had a fake nose. He had a trench coat. He was Humpty Hump.
Basically, he was like a grown-up version of Urkel in a way.
Yeah, because I mean, like, okay, so the Digital Underground had All Around the World, because I remember that was a big song when I was growing up. Then he had the Humpty Hump, and then he had the song "I Get Around" with Tupac, where he was like this cool dude in the pool.
This song changed.
He was Shock G, the one who put the satin on your panties. Where it's like, wait a minute, it's like I never thought about that. He was like 3 different people.
He is. He's a different person, dude. I loved him as Humpty because he was dressed as a cross between an old white guy and a pimp.
He was with a fake nose.
The fake nose, big ass glasses with a fake nose. He had that fuzzy hat. He was awesome. I mean, I loved.
Humpty Hump. It was cracking.
Dude, and then the funny part about it is, as you listen to the song, especially when you watch a video, you realize, holy crap, he's doing like, it's like a throwback to the 50s where the song was about a dance.
Yeah,
it's actually he's telling you how to dance, and dude, when he describes a dance, basically he's describing somebody having a heart attack, right?
You all look funny, but I'm getting money.
Oh my god, that was my favorite. I mean, like, that's an alter ego that he put on, and he embraced it in public a lot. I mean, like, there were some people who didn't even realize
2 different dudes.
2 different dudes.
Same guy.
2 different dudes.
Same guy.
I mean, like, honestly, as we talking about, I mean, I knew he was the same dude. But it's just like, now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, dang, he was 3 different people.
Yeah.
It was more than that.
I think you could do it.
He dressed different in the Digital Underground. Didn't he dress like African Bambaataa in the Digital Underground?
If you watch his videos, he changed his wardrobe a whole bunch of different times in certain videos.
Really? Wait. How many? Because, look, I only know the Humpty Hump. I know the Digital Underground song and the Tupac song. That's it. I ain't know, like, what other songs this man got?
Watch him. He changes his persona a lot because he goes back and forth from like the nerdy regular dude to the pimp with the big nose. It's wild because he'll change his whole persona at different times, and you'll see that he's like different.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Like, cause the rap today, like, honestly, they are playing characters, but it's just like I don't know. It's a new term now, right? They call it rap fatigue. That's why I stopped listening to rap music. Rap fatigue. Like, I already had rap fatigue, but I didn't know it was a term.
Wait, is there really? I mean, like, I know that there's superhero fatigue. That they're calling that out.
Yeah,
but rap fatigue?
It's rap fatigue. People are tired of rappers because it's either like, because I mean, that's why I kind of like it. It's been like a month-long process for me. Like, one, I realized that all of this is marketed to us, right?
Okay, yeah.
So, like, it's marketed us to be gangsters and thugs, right?
Okay.
And to dress like drug dealers. Then, for the women, it's marketed for you to dress dress, and act like a hoe. So, and this is all the music that we're getting at this point in time. You gotta think, like, the biggest female rapper was Sexy Red, and she had a song where she talked about her coochie pink, but her booty hole brown. That was a song. We talking about NBA YoungBoy, who's the biggest rapper, and he just had the biggest tour. And I'm like, when you listen to this guy, and I get it when people be like, I don't get it. I understand that you don't get it, because a lot of times this boy, you don't know what he's talking about half the time, and a lot of time he's talking about he gonna kill you. If you play with him, you gonna kill. Like, that's the.
Well, okay, hold on. I got a quick question. I got to define something. So when you said that, what, Juicy Red?
Juicy Red. That actually sounds better.
Wait.
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red. Okay. When you said that she's the biggest female rapper, okay, so how do they quantify that? What measurement do they use to say that she's the biggest female rapper?
I mean, you could say it's self-proclaimed by me, because the way I quantify it, right? I quantify it by who is actually putting out albums during that time, who got the song. You can say there's other ones. Like, there's a girl named Glorilla. Literally.
I've heard of her, yeah, Glorilla. Yeah, I heard that one.
All right.
Okay, so I've never seen... Okay, hold on, okay. Real quick, Quentin, don't look her up. Glorilla.
I've already seen Glorilla.
Ah, shit. Okay, so I'm the only one who has not seen her, okay? Here's the thing.
She got a
no, don't tell me. Okay. I'm seeing a really big-ass girl for some reason, because she's calling herself Glorilla. So I'm seeing like this gigantic ape-looking thing. Like a really, really beastly version of Lizzo.
Now that's what you can't get away with in this day and age.
Okay, what's the other big girl's name? I forgot her name. What's the other big girl? Because I remembered her remember she's huge, and she got in trouble for the plane or something like that. She wanted to take 2 seats.
Oh yeah, the rapper,
the Dank the Moss girl.
Yeah.
But she ain't big. Like, man. The first time we've heard about her is when the plane thing.
Oh,
like, there were probably people who listened to her, but she wasn't. Wasn't Sexy Red big.
I thought you meant that she wasn't fat.
Oh no! I meant people. Honestly, she gained a lot of her fans after the whole plane
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so what does Glorilla look like then?
Honestly, Glorilla had a nice little glow up. That's what we gonna say. After she started getting money, she was kind of like a real ratchet girl from Memphis. And once she got some money, she fixed her teeth, got a boob job, and now she look cute. She dating an NBA player now. She
so why Glorilla?
Because her name Gloria.
Oh shit! Okay, totally different reason I thought it was. I thought she looked like an
ape. She had an album called. I think her album was called Gloria or something like that. She was pretty big. Sexy Red is just like. She got, like, it's just super ratchet when she got a song called "Fuck My Baby Daddy." Like, see, you remember them commercials would be like singing the hits. You know what I'm saying? This is her hit, singing the hits, Pound Town, and
they're scrolling. They're scrolling up on the screen, right?
Yeah,
it sounds like a parody commercial.
I mean, like, honestly, like I had my little Sexy Red wave. She had a song. She'd be like, I'm looking for the hoe. Shake that ass, hoe. She was cracking it. I ain't gonna lie. She was
okay, so you're saying that's what's being marketed.
That's what was being marketed
to you.
Yeah.
Like it gets bad because it gets to the kids. Like she had the song with Drake. You know, you got to get big. You got a song with Drake. She had a song with Drake when she was like, bend that ass over. Let that coochie breathe. Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees. There's like a clip.
Wait, that sounds like a dance song too. It's like, it
was a dance song.
It has instructions.
Well, I mean, it's funny, but the song's called Rich Baby Daddy. And that's the hook of the song, Shake that ass, bitch. Hands on your knees. They got a little clip of these little girls.
It sounds like the do-si-do,
It is like the do-si-do.
There's steps.
This kind of goes into why I've rap fatigue has hit me, is because it's like, they're marketing this to kids. Like, that sound like some like little kid shit, right? There's clips of little girls like, hands on your knees, hands on your knees.
They're twerking.
Yeah, twerking. Like, man, like if I have a daughter, snatch her up. Like, girl, don't you ever catch you that. They just have to. You've heard of 6'7", right?
Yeah, of course.
You know, that dude just had an expose.
Wait a second. It's a person?
Yeah, it's a person.
Oh wait, I thought you meant the phrase 6'7".
It came from a rapper. It's a song.
Okay.
In the song, of course, he do the 6'7" thing, right? But like, you know, he also had the theme of Baby Shark in it. He say something like, "I'm gonna pull up on your block with like that doo 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 that Baby Shark." It's something like that. He say something like that in the song. So pretty much 6'7" is named after a gang. It's a 6'7" gang. That's the gang's catchphrase. Pretty much. And this is what I'm telling you. Like, rap fatigue has gotten to me because, you know, I was going to ask you, do you believe in witchcraft? But, like, this guy he believes in Santeria. Have you heard of Santeria?
Yeah, yeah.
So, Santeria, you know, it's an ancient African religion. Like, we were talking about cocaine cowboys. They talk about the Mario boat lift, right? Certain people in the Mario boat lift, because they pray to this statue called Chango, which is in the Santeria religion, they believe that Chango freed them from the prisons during the Mario boat lift.
Okay.
So fast forward, we in 2025. This guy believes in Santeria, right? He goes prays for success. Now the 6'7" song comes out. And they did an expose on him where he's like, yeah, man, I owe this all to my religion. You know what I'm saying? What's your religion? Well, I'm a Santo. I believe in Santeria.
Yeah, I mean, I know people who pray to Santa Muerta. You ever seen that one?
I think that's like the Mexican one, like the Day of the Dead type stuff.
Well, no, it's interconnected. It has something. I mean, there's some crossover there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Santa Muerto is it's Saint Death is what it translates into.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Muerta. It is. It's basically. It looks like the Virgin Mary of Guadalupe, except it's a skeleton.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
And the cartel hitman. That's their god. They pray to it for success. It's kind of loosely connected to Catholicism in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's why, like, man, you gotta watch who you listening to. You gotta watch who you praying to. Because I mean, like, when you break it down to them, why wouldn't a demon give you success as a cartel member? That's why I honestly I thought about that today. I was like, that's why it's so big in Mexico. That's why these guys have so big a power in Mexico. It's demonic. They literally have evil energy behind them.
Oh, hold on. So, okay, we're back to Mexico. So, wait, you said that there's a coup. To me, okay, today has been a news-free day for me, except for one piece of news. Okay, so I came home today, and my parents are visiting, and they had news of the Philippines. I guess the Philippines is experiencing a lot of strife, and there's pretty much like a news blackout over there.
Oh, wow.
And so the local people aren't seeing a lot of things that are happening. But because of the internet, we are over here, right? Yeah. And it's a shit show. But you mentioned that Mexico, what's this thing about Mexico experiencing? Is that, are you just saying, is that like a slang thing, or is that actually, what's going on?
That actually happened. So in Mexico, they had like I'm going to say a protest that turned into a riot where like over 100 people got hurt. So pretty much, a mayor was killed by the cartel. The mayor was speaking up against the cartels, and they assassinated him. And they said it was a Gen Z fueled thing. They went crazy because they felt like the government is just letting it happen.
Okay.
And they went and protested against the government, and it was just a whole entire thing where it's like you see the government spraying them with hoses, they throwing stuff at officers, like it was wild.
Well, I mean, but that kind of stuff happens. I mean, that doesn't mean it's a coup, right? I mean,
no, it's not a coup, but it was like this was like a very, very big protest that was
Okay,
actually
gotcha.
physical.
So,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so,
it's not a coup, but it's one of the things like
so
you
there's
can kind of
unrest.
it's unrest, and it's gotten to the president. But the like, this is my belief. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to. You could quote me, but there's other people who say the same thing. The president of Mexico is funded by the cartels. That lady is not just doing that because that's what they're saying. There's like this lady is just letting it happen. She's not fighting against the cartels. She's not doing anything. The cartels is in her pocket, and you can tell what her
Well,
rhetoric is.
you mean she's in the cartel's pocket?
Yeah, no, yeah, she's in the cartel's pocket.
Yeah.
She's not going to do anything to help the cartel situation.
Well, okay. So here's something I realize about. This is something you got to realize about south of the border, our border, right? Yeah, I mean, so we are the consumers for their product, right? So basically, this is the market. That's the factory, right?
Right.
And the distribution.
Right.
They have a lot of power down there, right?
A lot of power.
And whether or not a president's in their, nobody down there is out of striking distance, right?
Right.
So a lot of people aren't out there crusading. I mean, like a lot of the presidents down there. Well, and that's the funny part. There are some who are. There's people down there who are willing to risk their lives for these things.
Yeah.
Right. In ways that we don't do that. I mean, like, I don't think that Charlie Kirk, he believed in what he did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he would have, if he wanted to die for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was a person who was just talking. Honestly, if Charlie Kirk got another chance, he would do it all. He would do it differently.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Or at least he would have more security. Right.
It would, like more security, but like after, like, if you got another chance to kind of really see the truth, you wouldn't have did what he wouldn't have been talking the way he was talking. But like him and what's going on in Mexico, two different things. They really dealing with cartels.
Well, no,
they really dealing with a force where like people like. If I was in Mexico and I was saying what I just said, they'll put a bounty on my head.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, Charlie. I mean, there are some people down there who are trying to make a difference, and they will. I mean, they will basically, they know that what they're doing could get them killed, right?
Yeah,
it's an expectation. They do it anyway, right?
Right.
But not everyone's like that, and most of the time, the biggest leaders, presidents, are not like that. So whether or not she's in their pocket, she's pretty much she's not painting a target on her back.
Yeah,
I mean,
because she tried to say that the rhetoric that's coming from these Gen Zers is left wing rhetoric. I think either left or right wing rhetoric. Where I was just like, okay, yeah, she's just trying to politically kind of get her way out of this, because like they did an interview with some of the one of the podcasters down there, right? And they were like, we don't care who came to help us stop this problem. It could be Russia, it could be the US. We don't care. And they feel that her just denying any type of help from anybody else, you're not really trying to help the problem. You kind of aiding the problem, to be honest with you.
Well, actually, I mean, but it's politically tinged, right? Countries need to assert their sovereignty, right? So for example, like what we're doing with, is it Venezuela that we're messing with, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So nobody wants to be Venezuela. Nobody wants to be like, the US's whipping boy. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. And basically, if you invite us into your country to help clean up your mess, right? That's pretty much what you're gonna. I mean, like, that is admitting that you need outside help, that you can't control your own country, and I mean that is basically opening the door to being annexed to America.
Yeah, and and honestly, I get it, because it's like, how you gonna tell me that I got this problem where you got the consumer problem? We got Skid Row out here. Like, you need to fix Skid Row before you try to come fix a cartel out here.
Yeah. I mean,
That's how I would feel.
I mean, but there's two ways to look at that problem. I mean, like, you can either deal with the consumers, or you can deal with. I mean, like, actually dealing with the supply deals with the consumer too.
Yeah.
Okay. Or dealing with consumer also messes with supply. I mean, they both work, right?
Right.
It's a matter of which way do you want to go, which way is easier. Nobody wants to. I mean, okay, so to fix the consumers of it, which is our people, right? Mm. Okay, so we can't go the Philippines route. We can't do to our consumers what they did over there. That's not possible. Yeah. Right? We're not rounding them up and killing them.
Yeah, okay? And we definitely can't do what Portland did, because they had to recriminalize drugs. Remember, they decriminalized.
That ain't gonna work. Yeah,
that don't work.
So to deal with our consumers, basically is just a bunch of social measures to try to fix the ones that are addicted, and to do a lot of outreach to make sure other people don't get addicted. Right? It's a long process, right?
Yeah, we need to bring back the DARE program. We need to bring back drug free is the way to be. We need to bring that back.
Yeah, but you combine that with action on the other side. I mean, like, combine that with cutting off the supply. Mm-hmm. And actually, cutting off the supply is easier and cheaper than dealing with the consumers.
Mm.
I mean, it's because here's the thing: the consumers depends how you want to look at them. You could look at them as criminals. You could, right? But they're not out there. They're not out there doing criminal activity to get their criminal activities to purchase of these items. Right.
Yeah.
Whereas the suppliers of this thing, that's criminal activity. Right?
That's super criminal activity.
Okay. Yeah. So you can't go after the consumers in the way that, I mean, like, you can go after the suppliers the way that they're doing it right now. They're bombing boats off the coast of Venezuela, just transporting products supposedly. Right.
Yeah.
And you can do that and get away with it because they are legitimately out and out criminals, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas if you round up a bunch of crackheads here and kill them, you're gonna get some heat for that.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Because they ain't criminals, right? I mean, at least not criminals in that way.
They're just they're in like, and honestly, like, unless they have it on them, which a lot of times they don't. Unless they got it on them, you can't just criminalize them for, possession.
Well, I mean, okay, in other places you can. This is what the Philippines did. The Philippines basically put the war out on both sides. They killed everybody involved. Period. Right?
Yeah.
You're using, wrong place, wrong time as a user. You're looking at it's over. Wrong place, wrong time as a person supplying, dealing, transporting, whatever. It's over. Right. Anybody touching the stuff, it's over. And that's what they did over there, and like people stopped messing with it. Mm-hmm. They went back to other things. It's like, screw it, we're getting out of drugs, let's go back to prostitution. They moved to safer things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that brings me to my thing. So we've determined that Mexico is not going through a coup. They're just having some political unrest, which is par for the course, right? Okay. Now, in the Philippines, we got this situation going on, okay, where we're looking at some sort of government destabilization. I mean, like, the coup it's there. So way back in the day, Ferdinand Marcos, the first one, was a dictator. He was elected president, and at some point in time, he declared martial law, and the country became a dictatorship.
Right.
Okay. And we all know the story. Well, now we don't all know it, but they basically left in disgrace. The people rose up, had a bloodless revolution. The military turned against him, and he fled to the safety of Hawaii, where he was in exile, remained for the rest of his days until he died. Right, and they supposedly took off with billions of dollars in purloined funds and other things. Mm-hmm. And when the people went through the royal palace, went through our version of the White House, which is called Malacanang Palace, they encountered a shoe closet belonging to the First Lady with thousands of pairs of shoes inside it, while the country was starving. Okay, So flash forward, and the woman who replaced him, the widow of his biggest critic, started a new government. And a couple years down the road, friend of our family's got elected to the presidency, and he didn't declare martial law. He wasn't an oppressive president, but he did steal, which is kind of par for the course over there. Okay?
Yeah.
And he got caught stealing way too much, way too fast, and another revolution happened. So they called it EDSA 2. EDSA is a street, a main street.
Right.
And so the first revolution happened on that street. So they came down and they did the second People Power Revolution. They called it EDSA 2, and he was deposed. And he was put away. He was under house arrest, charged with plunder. He carries with it a death sentence. Okay. Now, if you look at the future from these two events, the Marcos family came back to the Philippines, and all the kids and his ex and his not his ex, because he died, he didn't divorce her, his widow, they all became senators and congressmen. The people elected the family back into office, right? And Estrada, the president that got deposed, the second, I was there when he got deposed, so I experienced the revolution. And a lot of crap happened during that time. It was a good time. It was adventurous time for me over there. But he came back stronger than ever. He once again became, I think he was a senator, and then he became mayor of Manila. I mean, like, he's back, right? These guys that plundered the country, they're back, right? So we had that president before, Duterte, kind of recently. He's the guy who ran the war on crime and drugs and did all the death squads.
Yeah, now he got exiled.
What's that?
And he got exiled.
No, he did not get exiled. He was a local hero. Okay.
But wait, didn't you say he's in who captured him?
He wasn't exiled. What happened was that the ICC, the International Criminal Court, declared him a guilty of basically like crimes against humanity.
How you gonna tell me how to deal with my people?
There's a thing. So this was controversial. He was arrested in the Philippines and brought to the Hague. I mean, so Interpol got him, I think.
Yeah, see, that's why you go get you a nuclear weapon, like him, and you know what? You come down here if you want to, but I'm gonna blow something up before you do.
So here's the issue, though. Okay, so Interpol cannot operate in a country without that country's cooperation.
So they got the following administration to get
this current administration set him up. Okay, yeah. That's what is being proposed. That's what they think happened. Now, here's the thing. The current administration was caught in this huge scandal where basically more like massive theft went on, and the government approved a whole bunch of projects that weren't real, and they just divvied up the funds amongst the politics. I mean, this kind of stuff happens. Okay, it does happen.
Yeah,
I've witnessed it. It happens. Okay. But the problem here is that rather than skimming funds off of projects, or having like for every 2 real projects have a fake one, they basically had all fake projects, and all the funds were and real projects didn't get done properly, and that's why people found out about it, because one of the real projects that didn't get done properly was flood abatement projects, and the whole of the country flooded. And that's why people realized what was happening. If they hadn't flooded, nobody would be the wiser. But anyway, so the current president, and guess who the current president is? The current president is Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the son of the president that got deposed back in the 80s. And the whole family came back and became senators and congressmen again, and they elected his son to the presidency. His nickname is Bong Bong, believe it or not. So they call him BBM, Bong Bong Marcos. So he became president, and so he grew up. A lot of his time was spent in America, and I know people like him. I have a friend from college. I mean, we're not close. I mean, someone I knew. I knew enough that years later, when his cousin called him on the phone, he knew who I was. But he is the scion, the son of another wealthy political family. And these kids grew up with God tier wealth. Of course, Bong Bong Marcos' father was a dictator.
Yeah.
Okay. This other guy that I knew, one of his grandfathers, I think, was a vice president. Anyway, really famous in the famous political family. These guys grow up with more money than you can know what to do with, and they all basically they blow it in the Philippines. They party too much, and they end up getting sent to America because they become embarrassments to their families over there, right? So this guy that I met in college, that's what happened to him. He basically partied a bit too hard, so he was here in the U.S. And when I met him in college in Santa Cruz, he was partying his ass off, and I come to find out that he had to go back because he partied so hard in life that he basically got too many DUIs, got his license revoked. And he likes cars. I mean, he's a wealthy guy. So he went back to Philippines. I guess, enough time goes by, they forget. And he went back there and he was running. When I last spoke to him, I ran to one of his cousins in my bar. So one of his cousins was coming to my bar. He had a business proposal. He kept hounding me. Then we found out that we knew somebody together. And he called him up. This dude was running for governor. I'm not going to say his name, but he was running for governor. And I knew him as that stone drunk guy, right? And he lost his license in America, had to go back to the Philippines, and now he's running for governor. Holy crap, how's that possible? Right? So that's the kind of guy that Bong Marcos was in the U.S. He was like, he's the son of a multi-billionaire dictator. He liked to party. And so now if crap's all hitting the fan in the Philippines, and the protests are everywhere. The people are just protesting. And there's a massive church called the Iglesia Ni Cristo, INC. They're organizing the latest protest. And I guess to quell things, Bong Marcos's sister came out to address the crowd. She's also in politics. I think she was a senator too. Mm-hmm. And she basically announced to the world that her brother's a drug addict.
That's messed up.
Oh man. I mean, he likes his coke, he likes his weed, he likes everything. He parties his ass off. And she was basically up there imploring her brother to step down from the presidency, just retire into private life. Let's go back to our province where you can get you the help you need. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how bad things are over there. I mean, it's a calculated move on her part to try to get him to step down quietly before he gets taken out in a coup like everybody else has been. But, historically speaking, all these people taking out in coups come back a couple of decades later. They're as good as new. And he ain't old. He's not young, but he's not old. He's like 60-something years old. Mm. So he's, so him and his wife party. And his son parties too. And his son's a congressman now.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
So she came out there telling the story about when they were in America. Her and the security teams had to always clean up after all of his messes.
Oh God.
Yeah, so we're looking at a change in the regime over there. I'm pretty sure because what Estrada did is nowhere near as outrageous at what these guys have done this time.
You know what?
And he was deposed. Okay.
I'm at a point where I feel like we just need to get rid of democracy. I really feel that way. Because I'm hearing what you're saying, and I feel like democracy just breeds corruption. I think I'm ready for us to have AI politicians, bro.
Oh wait, so you're ready for our AI overlords?
I'm not gonna call them an overlord, but I'm gonna call it AI. I'm not even gonna call it a government no more. I'm gonna call it what is it? Management. There we go.
It's an operating system.
Operating system. There we go. We need an operating system because at the end of the day, I don't believe no politicians no more. Because it's like I'm hearing what you're saying, right? And it's just like how we just dealt with Donnie. Are you seriously telling me that we elected a socialist in a democratic, and then people are like, "Oh, now we have socialist representation," and Donnie was just the biggest one. We didn't talk about Seattle with this woman who's a socialist and now is the mayor of Seattle.
Raymond, why is your mic? For some reason, your mic keeps changing volume.
I don't know. It keeps telling me that. Oh, it's probably how I'm hitting it or something. Hold on. Just wait, hold on. It says it keeps changing the gender. All right, now it's back to the Yeti. All right, sorry about that, guy.
You're probably hitting the cable when you're.
I am hitting the cable.
In fact, it sounds better when it's a bit higher.
Wait, when the
mic we can hear you better when the mic is.
All right, maybe I won't hit the cable if it's higher.
There we go.
It says digital interface. Hold on. Let's see. We got to get a switch back. Now it's on the Yeti. So I sound better now, right?
You do. So let's talk about. Okay, so Mom Doc. So at this point in the United States, we have a out and out declared socialist or democratic socialist mayor of New York City.
Yep.
New York City. Get a rope. Anyway, so,
Yeah.
So with this, he's out and out, and he's saying some crazy ass things. He's claiming. One thing he claims he wants to make New York City affordable to live in. Okay, that's one thing he wants to do. So he wants to provide affordable housing for everybody.
Okay.
He wants to make transportation free.
Oh.
Okay.
Anyway,
he wants to create a bunch of, I guess,
it's
groceries.
already free if you got an EBT card.
I mean, he wants to make it free for everybody. So he wants to create
That's how
groceries.
we get tax revenue.
He wants to create groceries where everything's being given to you at cost.
No.
He wants a lot of things. And the question is that, see, all these things he wants to give to people cost something.
Yes.
Right? So how does he propose to cover the costs? And his proposal... Tax the rich. Okay, that's his proposal.
And the rich have left.
Yes. Now, the truly rich don't care. Because the way that
they do care.
Well, the way they're putting the paperwork together, they're not going to get taxed anyway. That's one thing. But the people who are up in arms are the rich, but not like they're the rich who are unaware of the process, right? So guys making $300,000-$500,000 who are paying taxes like everybody else. They're minimizing here and there, but they're not getting the maximum benefit.
No.
So they're seeing the potential of getting themselves taxed, so they're bailing. Right. So I saw this post where Mamdani has set some records already, but they're not good records. The records, X number of thousands properties listed for sale. X number of people who have fled who have left the state to move to Florida, of all places. The number of students being taken out of New York schools to go to schools in Connecticut.
Right.
I mean, it's an exodus. People do not want to be there.
Yeah, because it's like, and guess what? He's gonna take all those properties they fled, and there go your affordable housing.
Well, remember they're fleeing. They're leaving. They still own these things. You can't just sweep in and take them because they still own them.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, it's he gonna. I don't know. I think he's not going to get a lot done. He's going to have a lot of pushback.
Well, and the main reason he's not going to get a lot done is because his main mechanism for covering the cost of everything is raising taxes. A mayor doesn't have the ability to raise taxes.
Exactly.
The governor has to prove that.
And the governor has already said you're not about to.
Yeah, the governor said, "You crazy?" It's like, what are you, a socialist?
And he was.
He is.
You know?
Right.
You know, like, speaking about being taxed, you know, that's what they just did to the people in Chicago.
What do you mean? They just did?
They increased the property tax by over 100%.
What?
And they had this thing, man. I'm telling you, man. I need to keep not listening to rap music because I'm informed today.
The governor signed off on that. Who's the governor of Chicago?
I don't know.
Illinois.
That fat guy.
Who's the governor of Illinois?
That fat guy who was talking bad about Trump too. Spiker, Spritzer, something like that. And they say he was a crook too.
And he approved that
100%. These people were outraged because they couldn't even tell him, what are you using the money for?
Oh, that's gonna get shot. I mean, like the people are gonna rise up against that.
They had this thing called what was it? A bonfire. I forgot. It's something bonfire. In this one community where they all brought their
tax bills,
and they were like, "Oh, you don't have to pay the tax bill all at once." No, I shouldn't have to pay the tax bill at all. Like, we already live in these impoverished areas. Why are you going to increase the tax? And then they said that because at the end of the day, you can't. It should be all even tax all across the board, but some people are getting taxed. It had a 15% raise on their taxes, and then some people had 100%. So between 15 and 100%. How do you decide who gets the 15? How do you decide who gets the 100?
That's just crazy. I can't.
Like, there's people who've lived there for years where it's like, I can't afford that. Like, are you serious? Like, some guy was like, dang, like, it's extra $1,000 on my taxes.
That's just wild.
You know, and it's all across the board. Like, that's why I feel like democracy is just gonna have to end. We got to come up. We're gonna have to have an operating system. I think that's what we're going to have, because the lady, even in Seattle, she has a lot more backing. There's more socialists on. They said there's more socialists on the city council with her.
Oh, I believe that. I believe that.
Because you already see how they got, like,
wait, is it Seattle or Portland you're talking about?
It's Seattle.
Seattle? Oh my gosh.
Because you remember how Amazon had to leave. They raised the taxes on Amazon, and Amazon left.
Amazon left, okay. Okay, so sometimes...
If Starbucks leave, y'all, man, it's going to be wild.
You know, sometimes you got to let this stuff happen just so people can realize the mistake.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just
like
Portland.
It's crazy that we can't look at the failed versions of socialism and communism in other places and not get it, right?
Some people are like, I think we're electing dumber officials,
because all you gotta do is look at what happened in China. China and Russia, that system collapsed. Socialism was just absolutely the wrong way to go. And
socialism don't work.
And they try to keep it going for the longest time because of, stubbornness. It's really hard for a country like China just to say they're wrong, Russia too.
Right.
So they try to make it work for years and years and years and got them nowhere. Now they're joining the world and they're kicking ass.
Right. Look at them.
Yeah. So they're joining us and they're flourishing, and we want to go back to where they were. Come on, guys. Look at history. It's just crazy. Why do you want to even try this? Look at Cuba.
Right.
It just doesn't work. But once again, sometimes there are some people, and I guess some countries, that need to experience the mistakes for themselves. They need to fall down for themselves to understand the stupidity of what they're trying to do. No matter how much you tell them, they're still going to grab that hot pot and burn their hand. So it doesn't. Hopefully, New York becomes a huge dumpster fire, and the rest of the country learns from it and backs off socialism.
I think they're going to still try it. I think we're going to have to deal with a decade of people trying this.
They just don't learn. They just do not learn.
People don't study history.
So what we got to do for ourselves, we have to look out in those areas for opportunities. Wherever there's a dumpster fire, there's opportunities.
Yes.
Okay. Right now, so the Philippines is a dumpster fire, a true dumpster fire. Okay. That dumpster is blazing, and there's like soiled diapers in there. It's stinking. Okay. It's a bad dumpster fire. But here's what's happened. Because of all this stuff, the country's credit rating has dropped. When countries have instability, their credit ratings drop. Okay. So investors are pulling out of that country. Okay. So there are projects that have to get done, or projects that are worthy of being done. The country will rebound. It will flirt, because right before this happened, it was riding an economic high. Fake projects and all. It was riding an economic high. It happens all the time.
Right.
And then there's this controversy and things go crazy. Then they rise an economic high. I don't recognize the country from when I lived there. It's grown so much. It takes, I recognize LA because I've been here in California since I was 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in LA I've bounced around, but I've come back to LA a lot. I see LA, and to me, it looks just like it did when I was in high school. There's new buildings here and there, but I recognize it. There's no mistaking. I recognize the freeways. I recognize everything. Yeah. I went back to the Philippines. It looked like an entirely different country. I recognize nothing. It
Really?
grew that fast and that big in like the whatever years I was gone. It was amazing how much it has grown. Right? It's nuts. I didn't recognize it at all. I mean, like, shit, am I in Singapore? Where am I? Right? And it's so big and so crowded. It's crazy. That's the kind of growth that countries like that experience. You don't get that in America.
Mm.
Okay? There's opportunities in places like that. There's going to be some opportunities in New York as it burns. Right,
I guess that's where we need to. I guess that's where we need to put our energy towards.
looking for the opportunities.
Looking towards the opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, that will be a good segment for us, where it's like the opportunity, finding the diamond in the dumpster fire.
Well, talking about diamonds in the dumpster fire, I mean, like, okay, so there are issues happening all over the world, and there's stuff happening in America, right? I'll talk about it in a second. I've talked to both of you guys about this separately, but I'm right now in the process of deeply investigating Section 8 rentals.
Right.
Okay, so for those who are unfamiliar, Section 8 is a government program that assists people who are financially in trouble, right? Low-income people. And part of what it provides is it pays their rent. Or at least it subsidizes what, I mean, like, so if
it pays a lot of your rent.
Yeah, if you are a landlord and your property qualifies to be rented out by a Section 8 recipient, you're in luck, because your rent will be paid to you by the government directly. They're never late, right? That money just comes to you. I mean, like, it's worry free. That's one of the hardest things about being a landlord is collection issues, right? Mm-hmm. And so the best places to be involved as a Section 8 landlord are those states that, number one, have a lot of Section 8 recipients. So those are states that are a little bit more economically depressed, right? You want the poorer states. And those poorer states, a lot of them are, and you want a combination of a state that has lower income levels than the rest of the country, combined with a state that favors landlords over renters. Okay, so you want states like like Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, and the best part there is that those states all come with lower real estate values. That sounds negative, but it's not. That means you can buy a property for a really, really reasonable price and rent it out to a Section 8 renter and collect a significant amount of revenue on that. You can cash flow positively every month on these properties. Mm-hmm. Right? So, of all the things in business that people try to get, you want to try to get a diversified portfolio of income, right? You want a lot of income streams. One of those streams you strive for is residual income, right. Mailbox money, stuff that you don't have to work. I mean, like we're talking about, it is hands-off passive income.
Yeah.
Okay. Pick up enough low-end rental properties that are Section 8 qualified. Okay. In a state like that, and get yourself a property manager that takes care of scheduling, maintenance, and takes care of anything that the property needs. The rent will be automatically paid by the government. You're looking at, let's say that the average one, where you make minimum, let's say you're targeting to make a minimum of $500 net every month on the property. Yeah. You're probably looking at the amount you're investing in each one be about $20,000 ish, 15 to 20. Yeah. Okay. So you're talking about, if it's $20,000 you're putting in and it's making you, I would say at $20,000, you shouldn't make any less than $800 on the property. Okay. So each one makes $800 a month. So every year that property generates $9,600 roughly. And so it's really, these are rough numbers, but every year you get half of that investment back. It takes you 2 years to recoup your down payment, but you're not recouping the down payment because you haven't lost it. Mm-hmm. You paid 20 grand almost into the property as a down payment to get it, but that's still yours in the property's equity. Mm-hmm. Right? So the $20,000 you've parked in there is making a 50% return every year, essentially, if you want to look at it that way. Mm-hmm. right? And it was just in the bank before, wherever you had it, which was no matter where you had it, I don't think it was making 50% return. Okay. So I mean, like it's a brilliant way to park your money and have it protected against inflation. It's earning for you. Okay. The properties are appreciating. So the value of them is going up, and you can tap into that value by loaning against it later on. And when you tap into that value and get it as cash, it's not income, no taxes.
Right.
You never have to pay tax on that thing on the rise in value. You will have to pay taxes on the money you make from the property itself, but you're now a real estate holding company. There's all sorts of expenses you can acquire to mitigate that tax burden. Okay, and so I'm looking at it right now. I'm close to being able to do my first transaction. I need to understand all the components first.
Yeah.
And so I'm close to doing my first transaction. And if it goes well, I'm gonna do my next wave of transactions in bulk.
Oh, okay.
Because if the transaction works well, my goal is to get about $10,000 in residual income monthly going off of these things.
Mm-hmm.
At which point I'll either do a couple deals afterwards or I'll slow down on it. Because Rain, we were talking earlier about life being short, right?
Yeah.
Unless you really enjoy chasing the money, there's no reason to make your life all work.
Yeah. It's funny because like you said that, and what is it called? The cash flow quadrant?
Cash flow quadrant.
Where you go from being a worker to owning a job to, manager.
So first you have a job, then you own a job, then you own a business, and then now you own a system.
Okay. So like I've gotten to stage 2 now. I mean, yeah, I'll say stage 2.
Owning a job.
Of owning a job, because like I think I talked to you today. I got my first client with home health care.
Yes.
And by the end of the day, I got my second. I was surprised that these people are calling me like this, and they're all in my area. Like one is in El Segundo, one is in like right around the corner from me, off of Van Ness.
Now, how are they finding you?
I'm on a registry.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Actually, I had 3 calls. The only thing was the lady who called me was kind of off, and she was in West Hollywood. But like, one of the things she told me, where I already know this is where I'm gonna succeed in this area, is that she told me that the people that she has hired has been lazy.
Ah, okay.
She it was funny because my girlfriend overheard this conversation. The lady was kind of loud, and I keep my phone kind of loud. She asked me if I was African American. I was like, yeah. And she was like, a lot of the African American people that I hire be lazy. And I was like, look, that don't got nothing to do with me. I was like, if people was lazy working with you, I can understand them because it's minimum wage. But I was like, dealing with me, you not getting nobody like that. And the lady, honestly, like, it was funny because like this lady was like, I don't really need no home health care. I need somebody to help me write my script. I was like, wait a minute. So you're going to let me get home health care money if I help you write your script? She was like, no, you don't have to write it. I just need to talk to you, and I need you to type it down. I was like, all right, then. Like,
wait, how is she qualifying for? Okay, wait.
She a senior?
Do some of these people pay for it themselves, or are?
No, they get it through. They get qualified through the what is it?
IHSS.
IHSS.
What does that stand for?
Support services.
In-home support services. And that is.
Don't you do something with that, Quentin?
That's a division of what?
No, I don't.
Okay.
That's I don't know what it's a division of.
Is it
county?
Is it part of Medicaid, Medi-Cal? Is it part of that?
Medi-Cal.
Is it a part of Medi-Cal, or is it independent on its own?
No, it's part of Medi-Cal.
Okay.
It's actually the main agency for the state. But like what I've learned is that if I become my own agency where I go to the third step and own a business, I'll make more. So pretty much it's like they get approved for a certain amount, right? But IHSS takes part of the amount and give me minimum wage.
Okay.
So I have to start off at minimum wage, but I will make more, down the line if I become an agency myself. I mean, really thinking about it, I might not take both of the jobs. I might just take one and keep my current job, save up my money to actually get the license and get all the insurance and everything, pay for it, and then go to the next round of, because I'll tell you, people were calling me all day. And I've actually looked up and I've been missing calls. I got another phone where I didn't know people were calling me on this phone. I looked up and I had like 4 missed
you've
calls.
graduated to the 2-phone thing now.
Oh yeah, I graduated to the two phone thing now, but I was just using it for YouTube and like to help me like do some of my media stuff.
But it has a different number on it.
It has a different number on it, and people have been calling. So I'm like, I need to make sure I'm taking these calls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, I'm telling you, I mean, like there's opportunities. And you know, like I pointed out, this Section 8 thing. The Section 8 opportunity is best in a state that's economically depressed.
Yeah.
Because there's more people qualified for it. There's more demand for it. The property values are lower, so it's easier to get into the properties. Because you know, Section 8 exists here in California.
Yeah.
Our friend John, the condo he owned in Long Beach was approved for Section 8. He had a Section 8 renter in it, right? But of course, you know, when you're buying properties in California that for Section 8, they're still going to be $500,000.
My dad's a Section 8 renter.
So he's in where? He's in
San Pedro.
San Pedro. How much would you say that his place will appraise for?
I think it's like $2,500 a month.
That's how much they pay for him to be there. I mean, but how much you think the property would sell for if it was to be on sale right now?
We just went through that. I think it's like under $500,000.
Still, but it's still about half. It's still close to $500,000, right?
Yeah.
See,
because
so
the owner offered for my dad to buy it.
Okay, so think about this. Okay, so they cover your dad to the tune of $2,500 a month in rent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if the property was $500,000, okay, how much would the mortgage be? Right. Actually, we can work that number up.
6,000, right?
Quentin, bring up hold on. I'll do this so that everybody can see it. I'll share my screen. So this is something I want to illustrate for this particular point. Let me share this screen. This is screen number 3 this time. Okay, I'm going to share sound just in case. Sharing it. Okay. Let's bring up a new browser tab here. Okay, here we go. So the questions, and actually the recording can see this stuff on my screen. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so we're going to bring up a amortization calculator. There we go. Okay, this is an amortization calculator, okay? Oh, look, they're getting ads. Look at that, Bentley. I've been looking at cars recently. Okay, so at the same time, let's bring up a calculator ourselves, a real calculator. Okay, can you guys see the calculator there?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say the purchase price is $500,000, right? Okay. Let's say the loan amount is going to be 80. Let's say your dad puts a 20% down payment on it, right? Times 0.2, right? That's $100,000. Okay, that means the loan amount is $400,000. Now, number one, to buy one property with 20% down, you have to come up with $100,000, right? If it's $500,000, I would even guess that property is more. But anyway, $400,000 is the loan amount, right? So we're going to put $400,000 as the loan amount. Tell me when I got enough. Is that enough zeros? Is that too many?
Can't see it.
Yeah, I don't see the calculator. I just see the whatchamacallit calculator. Calculator.net.
Yeah. I'm putting here loan amount.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Real small.
Right here.
Oh, I'm gonna make this bigger.
Yeah, 400,000. Okay. 30 years. We're gonna go 30 years. Okay. Interest rate 6%. That's fine. Okay. So this is 30-year fixed. Okay, calculate. Look at that. The principal and interest by, so what is considered primary housing expense? is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, right? So the property, this doesn't include property tax. The monthly mortgage payment alone is right here, $2,400. Just the mortgage payment, principal and interest. Okay. There's property insurance, and when you have a rental property, the property insurance is a little bit more extensive, right? And then there's property taxes. Okay. If you bought this property at those numbers and you rent it out to a Section 8 renter and they paid what, $2,500?
Mm-hmm.
Right there, you only make $100, but there's still taxes and insurance to pay. You're negative on that property.
He had been complaining that he ain't making that much on the property.
Yeah, he's making nothing probably.
Probably.
See, that's the problem with buying a Section 8 property in California. That's the situation you face. What Section 8 will pay is not enough to pay your mortgage, unless you've owned it for quite a while. If he bought this property like 25 years ago and only got it for like $200,000, yeah, he's making money.
Yeah.
Right. But then again, along the way, people refi and cash out. I mean, he's probably not making anything on it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the situation on that exact property. Right. Now, if this was a different state, let's say this was, okay. So a lot of times the kind of loans that I want to use to do this have a minimum loan amount of $75,000, sometimes $100,000. I'm still going to research further to see if that number can be better. But let's say I'm buying a property for $90,000. Okay. So multiply that number times 20% down times 0.2 gives me 18. So 90 minus 18 is what? 72? Is that right? So 90 minus 18, 72,000. So that's perfect. So purchase price of $90,000 with 20% down gives me a $72,000 loan. The minimum, actually, it'd probably be a little bit more because the minimum loan amounts to some of these programs is $75,000. But anyway, you would receive on that property, you would receive a Section 8 payment of about $1,660. Okay? So let's say you're financing $75,000. 30 years, and let's make the rate 8% instead. Okay? Calculate it. The monthly payment is $550.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And Section 8 will pay you $1,666. Okay, right there alone, you're making $1,100 minus 10%. So out of the $1,400, you budget out of the $1,600, you budget max 20% for property management and property upkeep.
Right.
So let's call it $1,700. Out of $1,700 times 0.2, you budget $340 towards maintenance and upkeep. So $340 plus $550. That's your principal and interest, right? So that number becomes $890.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then there's taxes, insurance, which is a very nominal number. So let's bring it up to like, so out of $1,600, out of $1,700, your cost is $890, right? Then there's taxes, of course. But let's see what is the yearly property tax on a property in Arkansas? Okay, there's a statewide average effective property tax is 0.53%. One of the lowest in the U.S. Arkansas property tax calculator. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. Don't even know this existed. Average property tax, $3,000 a year. Oh, that's if your value is 500,000. Okay, let's let's take that to 100,000. $629 a year. Okay, so let's look at our numbers now. So so far we got $550 in a mortgage. We got $340 in maintenance and management. So we're at $890, right?
Mm.
And what was that number? 629 divided by 12. So remember that 890, okay? So 629 divided by 12. $52 a month. Crazy, right? So what was it? 890, right?
90.
Yeah.
890 plus 52.
940.
942. And it's, let's call it $1,700 is, so 940. So 1,700 minus, what was that?
942.
42. 758 is what you're making on that property. I mean, that's crazy, right? And
Right.
and because it's, you could buy 5 of those for the cost of one of the ones that like Raymond's dad's living in.
Yeah.
Dude, 5 times essentially, it's close to $800 really. So like let's 758 times 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
3790.
Yeah. Right off the bat. Investing like $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
3790. So 100. So what's that? So 100,000 divided by 3790. Takes 26 months to recoup that investment.
Also, a little bit over 2 years,
Yeah,
and then at 5, you balling.
dude. Like at that point in time, once you've recouped that investment, I mean that means the loans are paid. I mean, well, no, they're not paid. You've recouped your down payments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the reality is this. Remember, you're not really recouping the down payment because the down payment still exists for you in equity, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What was the number again? 3790, right?
Yeah.
What is 3790? It's $100,000, right?
Right.
Each property only had what? So you had $75,000 in loans. So like every 2 years you pay one of them off, and now 100% of it is going to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, right? See, these are the opportunities that exist in other states. I did not know that Arkansas has such a low tax rate. That is insane. That's wild. That's absolutely wild.
Mm.
Okay, Bill Clinton knew something we didn't know.
Stupid.
I mean, like, yo, he's from Arkansas. Big Willie's from Arkansas.
Big Willie.
Yeah, so I mean, so yeah, that's okay. So I'm just now looking into this, and if all goes right, I will have closed escrow my first transaction before the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does come out to be even close, like even halfway to that, I'll do a bunch, because
What's a bunch?
I mean, I want to get to $10,000 monthly residual.
Mm.
So I'll probably do, so I'll do the one, and then I'll probably follow up with another 4 or 5 at the same time.
I think that to get to 10, like, okay, so like I told you, I got family who got property in Mississippi.
Yeah, you said that.
I think they're at 30
What?
a month.
$30,000 monthly collection?
Yeah,
Wow.
but I think it's about 26 properties,
Okay.
something like that. Because I remember it was something that was inherited. So like,
okay.
when my partner's dad died, like I was there during the whole process, even breaking down where it's like, you know, his aunt was doing it. Aunt have to leave.
Wait, so I'm assuming they're balling then, or are their costs out of control?
Say it again.
is this portion of your family, are they balling, or are their costs out of control, eating everything up?
If his dad still had it, he will be balling out of control. It's because it's split 3 ways. It's more of like it's extra pocket change for him, and then it's more of like a lot of the 30,000 is like really like you know what I'm saying, like I'll say like bank money, if that makes sense. Okay. Like at one point, like at the beginning, he wasn't making any money. He probably isn't going to start really seeing a profit off of it until like with like 2 years into this now, probably like another year. Well, actually, no, he is seeing profit.
He must be. Well, because I'm confused. You said he inherited it, so he didn't put out any. He didn't shell out any cash for this.
He didn't shell out any cash, but it was like, because it was a big thing. Part of it, like one issue was, you know, the aunt had stole the nest egg. It was like
one of those scenarios. Okay, I get you.
It was that. Then he had to split it between him and his 2 other siblings, so the profit is split into 3 ways. And then he hasn't grown it since then. Now, where he does make his real revenue is that he got an insurance policy from his dad that he took to pay off his house that was actually in California. So he really makes a majority of his money from the house here in California.
So he rents that out.
Okay. And it rents out, like, I think at like 45.
And it's free and clear. So the insurance policy paid it off. So
he paid it off.
He owes nothing on it.
Owes nothing on it. And then, like, you know, he pays a property manager for it. I forgot the terms with the property manager, though.
Okay. Well, you know what he should do? I wonder why he paid it off. I mean, anyway, you know what he should do?
What?
He should double down on his other business. He should draw equity from his property in California. He should refi against it and acquire more properties on his own in those other states.
Oh, and just start a different business.
Okay, so remember, when he has a property in California free and clear, he's renting out $4,500 a month, right?
Right.
Okay. So the $4,500 a month, he'll get that no matter what. Whether or not the property's encumbered with a lien, he'll get the money, right? But he's got, so I'm assuming that it's probably worth at least $700,000-800,000.
What,
the property in California?
Yeah, I think I want to say 8, probably 8. Like, yeah, it was about 8.
$800,000 of equity that's doing him no good.
Right.
He's collecting a rental payment, and he's receiving that entire number as net income because he doesn't have a mortgage, right?
Right.
But there's $800,000 of potential investable funds just sitting there in the brick and mortar, right?
Right.
So if he refinances that and takes 75%, it's a cash out refinance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 75% of, let's call it 800,000, 7%, 540 grand. Let's call it ballparking low. He gets 540 out. He can buy, like we do the Arkansas thing.
Yeah.
Let's say 20,000 on each one to make it work, right? So every 100,000 is 5, right? 20,000 parcels, right? So he can buy 25. He can buy 25 units out there in Arkansas. Yeah. And he can positive cash flow. What is that? 10 of them is $3,790 already, right?
Yeah.
He can positive, so that's 2.5 times that number.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He can positive cash flow that number, which is way more than the mortgages and the cost to take it out of that property.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He'll be able to. So, because remember, he's got no mortgage payments on the property he bought in Arkansas because that $3,790 is profit on 5 properties after the mortgage payment's already paid.
Mm-hmm.
That's his profit on it. And the $3,790, he takes what I mean. And remember, it's 2.5 times that. So let's call it 3,800. 2 times 3,800 is 670. Wait, 16. 2 times 3,800, 6,000. 7,700 bucks, and then half of that. So you're talking about $10,000 a month, right, on those properties at least.
Oh,
right?
so if he takes out
So he takes out $500,000+ against the property in California,
Right.
and we're bringing up the calculator again. Now these numbers, of course, we're just saying them out loud. We're ballparking. We don't know what they really are. Okay, but this is just estimates, right? So for those watching us, these are just estimates. Okay, so if he takes out a loan for $540,000. Monthly payment this is principal and interest, okay, for 30 years, $3,237. Principal and interest, okay? It does not affect the taxes. So the taxes stay the same as they used to be. Okay, so this is what he ends up with that as his monthly payment on that money he took out. Now, we're looking at this. So $540,000 gives you, divided by $20,000 into each property. Allows him to purchase. How did I get that so wrong?
I think you did. I think you multiply. I don't think you divided.
Oh, okay. 540 divided by, you're right, 20,000. Allows him to buy 27 properties.
Oh,
right.
And then that gets them back up to the $10,000 a month.
So each property makes how much? Again, we figured out $890. So 1,700. We said 27 property, right? So $1,700 minus 942.
Yeah.
Each property makes 758, right? So 758 is how much it nets him every month after all costs. 758 times 27, right? $20,000. Is that right?
Yeah.
$20,000, and it costs him $3,000 for that money. That's a month.
I mean it.
Wait, is that right? Is that number right? Hold on. $540,000 divided by 20,000, right?
Yep.
This is how many down payments he has. He has down payments for
27
properties.
And say I want to say profit off of each of his properties in Mississippi. I want to say he makes 500.
Sounds about right.
So let's say he makes 500 off the 27. So 27 times 500, and that's profit. That's after paying the property manager, savings, taxes, everything. This is just pure profit.
13,500.
That's still good.
Wait, I understand. Wait. So you mean if he bought in Mississippi? Oh, I mean for here, this is what he's got right now, right?
This is what he got right now.
Okay, but didn't you say that these were split up among siblings?
Yeah, split up against among siblings.
So this is not what he has right now. This is what
it
was in total.
That's like profit. Like when I said 30,000, that's like what is it, net?
Gross.
So gross is 30,000. When you get down to net, it's around like that. 13, and you have to split it between 3 people.
Okay. See,
that's why I said like his dad balling.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if he takes that property in California and leverages it by cashing out, he can make that $20,000 net from that money. See, that's what I'm saying. It's being wasted sitting there as equity. Yes, the $540,000 that is there, not touched, is adding to his net worth, but it's still okay. So if you have if the property is worth 800 and something thousand, and you take if you take 540 out of it, right? Your net worth is diminished by 540,000, right? Okay, but because in the case, so it's worth whatever. It's worth what? How do we figure that number out? $800,000, right?
Right.
Okay, so worth 800,000, but you have a loan against it for 540, so it's encumbered to 540. So it's only the net worth on that property is diminished, but that 540 is in cash. So when you take that 540 and spread it out into a bunch of properties you're acquiring, your net worth is still the same. In fact, it's even higher because the properties you're acquiring are gonna raise in value. Yeah, dude, he really should tap into it and use it for something like this.
Yeah, and like how you just said, take that money, start a different company, and just do it because you already have the infrastructure.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying like I would if I because I was like, dang, I got a lot of money coming through probably in the next couple months. I'll say, like, shoot, link up with him, go down there.
Yeah,
we'll go get 50 properties.
Yeah,
and as we got the infrastructure already set up, just multiply it.
Yeah, that's the way to mean. Like this is brilliant. I mean, of course, this is all on paper. I will have some results on a real one, so you can take a look at it. And to me, like, I guess, okay, when you think about this, so let's say how much should we say each one nets? 758. So for every 20,000, so in Arkansas, for every $20,000 investment, you get 758, right? So if your target is to have $10,000 a month in net revenue, so 10,000 divided by 758, how many of these $100,000 properties would you have to buy to get that number? You're looking at 13, right? So if you think it's okay, so I'll do the first one. If it pans out like that, get another 4 or 5 going right away. Okay. Right. I can do that without having to get creative with the funds, right? Mm-hmm. Now that's 6. That's either 5 or 6, depending on how the number, 5 or 6, right? I still got to amass 7, maybe more. Mm-hmm. 7 more properties to get to the 10,000. The reason why I'm targeting the 10,000 number is because you hit 10,000, right? Now you don't really have to, in residual income, you don't really have to hustle for, I'm sure that other people have lifestyles that will eat that up in no time, right? But one of the reasons why I changed my lifestyle and came out here was so I wouldn't be part of that rat race anymore.
Right.
Right.
Do you feel like you were successful with that?
Dude, that's why I can do the 4 or 5 properties without having to worry about getting creative with the down payments.
Right. I got those. No, I'm just saying it for the podcast. So I know, but the viewers,
I would not have been able to do that living in Whittier.
Right.
That's the thing. There's no say. The ability to save didn't exist there. Right. Property taxes alone were crazy. The mortgage was nuts. Property taxes were crazy. Yeah. I picked up, it's like the kid who grabbed his ball and said, screw this, I'm going home. Right. I picked up my equity and left.
Left LA County. I get it.
Yeah. I didn't even I'm still in LA County, but I left LA County proper. This is still LA County. But I left and went somewhere where my equity went went further. It's crazy. And so you do this, and now it's like, okay, let's see what I can make that money do for me.
Right.
Right. And to see $10,000, if you got no mortgage, and actually having no mortgage is not a good thing, right? Mm-hmm. $10,000 in residual income every month,
that's good.
It's good, and for most people like that, I'm kind of seeing Grant Cardone's thing right now. Remember, you guys know who Grant Cardone is, right?
Yeah.
Grant Cardone came out with all these commercials saying that it's a mistake. It's folly to own a house that you live in. Right? He basically says that a house is a non-performing asset, is doing nothing for you.
Yeah.
Right. It's something that you live in and pay a mortgage in, and it gives you no benefit. Okay. And I can kind of see that because, if let's say that you're making $10,000 a month in residual income, and that's just yourself. Let's say you have a spouse earning something similar, even $7,000, $8,000, $6,000, whatever. Let's say you have a combined income close to $20,000 a month. Right. Yeah. At which point, I might look at coming back to the LA area, but in a different way. Right. Mm-hmm. Maybe going back there and buying something that's multi-unit so I can have tenants paying my mortgage.
Right.
Right. So that way I don't have to worry about wasting my money in a place. So, but still, you take your equity, invest it elsewhere. I can kind of see that because, it makes sense.
It makes sense, but it's like, cause okay, I guess I can go into this segment where I can, say rest in peace to my aunt because, my aunt passed away.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
So I got a situation where, in the next probably week or so, we're going to have a conversation about the house. Mm-hmm. So it's a situation where it's actually at a low payment for a house in California, but it's figuring out, okay, how do we structure it? Whose name is it going under? How's the rent going to get paid moving forward? Am I going to move in? Who's going to move out? And then it's I understand his point of view, right? For him, that works. For me, it's more of a legacy move, right? It's more of everybody's attached to the house. Mm-hmm. We even had a conversation where I was like the house I'm in right now, we couldn't imagine living here and having somebody else move in across the street. It would tear us apart. We'll have to just move and sell both houses. You know what I'm saying? So it's more about preserving the legacy and allowing the legacy to help the future generations. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's thinking for himself. I'm thinking 3 generations down the line because I've seen how it helped me. Whereas the first generation made it to where it's I don't really pay nothing to do all this. You know what I'm saying? We're not really paying that much to live here compared to where, say, if we just bought this house. Oh yeah, we paying about a good $6,000 to $7,000 a month.
Raymond, but consider this though. Okay, so, even from so this is what I want you to try to adjust to, right? Right. You're talking legacy, right? Mm. Okay, so try to rethink legacy. Okay, like for example, in the Philippines, my grandfather had his house, our house, the family house, custom built. It looks like a house in Palm Springs. It's a mid-century modern. It's really cool. The way it's custom house is really beautiful. But that's, that was left behind. My dad was the only son, right? But the way that him and his siblings worked it out, that house is not going to be mine, right? My dad sold all of his shares in it to acquire other property instead.
Right.
Right. So think about this. That house, those houses you have, okay? Don't look at the legacy as the house itself. Right? Look at the equity in it. Right.
I get it.
If you were to tap into that equity in both those houses, how many of these fire and forget rentals can you buy? Right? The legacy would be all the 30, 50 units that are making $758 a month. Now that's with a mortgage. Eventually, 2 generations, 3 generations down, there won't be mortgages. So they'll be bringing in $1,006 every month, right?
Yeah.
And then they can do what they want with it, right? Right. That's a real legacy.
And right? I what you're saying, I've already kind of adjusted to it because like how I was just saying, my friend in Mississippi, these are our type of conversations. Our goal is to, of course, preserve what we got, but tap into equity to expand. Because that's pretty much what in the first generation, they started it. The second generation, they expand to where now we have 2 houses across the street from each other. Mm-hmm. My job is to take it to where I would love to get anywhere between 5 to 10. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
But the thing to buy, so for me now, if I was looking in real estate in California, even other real estate, right? Yeah. I wouldn't. So these Section 8 deals, I still have to look deeper into them about the rules about what kind of properties they can be. I'm not sure if units will work. They should.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can buy a 4-unit property. That should work.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, though. I haven't verified that, but they should work. I'm not sure, like, say, 10 units will work, right? But there's a bunch of moving parts to this. Number one, there's what Section 8 will allow. Number two, there's what the financing will allow.
Right.
Okay, because you are financing these. You're not paying cash for these things. So that way you can amass more of them, right? You could pay cash for them, right? But then you're only going to get like one at a time. So the amassing of them will be slow, right? But, you know, what I would, if I were you, what I'd look at is finding out what these things could be appraised for and then refinanced for and then reinvested.
Right.
And then, like you said, if someone was going to rent it, you would move. Yeah, you could move. You could reinvest in units somewhere.
Right.
Right. A 4-unit property, a fancier one, bigger one. So that way you get a 4-unit property and you occupy 2 of them and rent out 2 of them. And that property's the cost of that is the cost of the mortgage is covered by your 2 renters, and you get to live in 2 of them for free.
Well, like, so look, this is what the thought of the last week had. This was our thought of last week, right? Before we actually had the tragedy. Me and my mama sat down. My mom said that somebody approached her about doing a ADU, or is it ADU or AUD?
ADU, additional dwelling unit, auxiliary dwelling unit.
Okay, so ADU they said that they'll build an ADU for us. We don't have to pay them back for 5 years.
Okay.
And after the 5 years, of course, the payments was going to start. So I said to my mom, I'm like, if we could get it properly zoned and we can build an ADU that could possibly, because
now
like,
remember, zoning is not the issue. Okay. In LA County is a blanket ADU. I forgot what it was passed. LA County, every property in LA County qualifies for an ADU.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's not about the ADU. I'm saying because remember, I'm going to home healthcare space.
Okay.
If I was able to build an ADU that can probably house 5 people in it, you know what I'm saying? We do home healthcare out of the ADU. Like, even though my mom's house is the party house, it don't got to be the party house. It can be the ADU house.
Again, that's another thing to look into. What's the minimum square footage requirement for every patient in home healthcare? Is there a requirement?
They was putting 2 people to a room.
See, now ADUs have size restrictions. So that's what you have to look. They have size. restrictions.
Yeah. That's why I gotta look at looking at how big it can be, because we got the land to do it. It's not like you've seen our yard.
Yeah.
Whole side yard where people already said, like, why you want to put another property over there? I was like, we can, but this was like our first conversation. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of obtainable, especially if it's like me and my mom are already like, it's just like when we started catering, where our mind's set on home health care because we can
better yet, what you can do. I mean, okay, so what you can do is you can do the ADUs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a possibility, right? Look at, because I know you guys have a decent amount of value in those properties and the loans are pretty small. Yeah. So what you can do is you can ADU them, you can cash out on them, and you could acquire units to move to, because those properties, they're single level properties, right? There's no second stories.
Single level.
Right. Both of those are ideal for home health care scenarios, right?
Right.
What you can do is you can have the ADUs built. You can actually convert the properties to home health care so you can get more people living in them, right? And what you can do is this, okay? It's not, so a lot of home health care facilities have Filipino staffers.
Right.
Okay. And a lot of them are here working. They're all, I mean, we're talking about legitimate
Filipinos.
Legitimate Filipinos. They're here on visas. People work 12-hour shifts, right? And a lot of them would live there, right?
Right.
So you can actually have more clients in the property, in the house proper, And the ADU could be a bunkhouse that you rent out to the staff.
Right.
So you make money from the recipient, from the clients, and the staff that services them that you're paying you back part of their salary in rent.
In rent, yeah. I mean, because
then you guys can bounce off and get a much newer, or like a multi-unit building you guys you're gonna live in, and you can rent half of that out and have that make your mortgage payments.
Right. I mean, like it's up in the air. It's like literally today I got my first client. I'm going to keep going with this thing. And if opportunities like that, because we had just talked about it, like we got a house right up the street where it's like, I still know the owner. I can call him and be like, hey, let me rent it out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 other clients that can live inside. You know, so I get it. Like I guess I'll say like it's coming together and slowly but surely. But it's just we're just working it out. Because like I said, I'm at the beginning stage, and I look at this as like this is gonna be me moving up the cash flow quadrant.
Yep.
All right. I'm done with job now. I own the job. I'm about to own a business, and then eventually, because I mean, I would like to do home health care, but I would love to not do nothing. I would love to just make content.
Of course, here's this. I mean, before any of us jump into that, because right now I'm looking at it too. Because my wife's a nurse, and so it kind of is a natural fit. But after I get through the first Section 8 transactions, I also have to look at non-Section 8, like massive multi-unit property, right?
Yeah.
But you compare where your dollars, so like, you can either invest in a home healthcare facility here, and then we figure out what the return on investment is for the amount of money you put in, how much you get back, right? We figure out the ROI on it, right? And then we look at the same amount of money being invested in a different place, like Arkansas, on just Section 8 units. And then you compare the two together, dollar for dollar, which one earns back more, right? It might be, I mean, one of them is going to win, right? One of them will be higher than the other, unless they're both a dead even tie, right?
Yeah.
And the reality is, okay, so then you look at what it takes to earn that. So let's say they were a dead tie. What owning a home healthcare facility has, there's work.
There's work involved. I mean, sentimental value, because it's like, even today, like people are like, when have you ever done home healthcare? Like, I told you about my grandfather, right? My grandfather.
Yeah. You told me about him, but I don't know about.
My grandfather suffered from Alzheimer's.
Okay.
So like when I first moved back from from Atlanta to California, his Alzheimer's got really, really bad. So me not really having a job at that point in time, I really invested a lot of time into my grandfather.
Okay.
So I got on top of his medicines. I got on top of his in-home care. Like we didn't have IHSS, but he was able to get he was able to have an occupational therapist that came.
Okay.
Going to his doctor visits. And then I stayed with him where we always did a daily activity. So we started walking. And at one point in time, we had got so good at it to where the doctor was like, I don't know what you did, but he operating like he ain't got no Alzheimer's right now. Well, it wasn't Alzheimer's. I'm sorry.
Dementia?
Parkinson's.
So he had the shaking thing.
He had to shake it. I got it to where he wasn't shaking.
Okay. So he was mentally all there. He was
mentally all there. Okay. It was just, he would just shake. And then it was like, once I figured out, I didn't know what medication you have to take medication at the same time each and every day. If you don't do that, you might as well not take the medicine.
Okay.
2, occupational therapy. Movement and constant movement gets everything going to where it kind of eliminates Parkinson's. A lot of times, people where the Parkinson's gets real bad is it was like how my grandfather was doing before I got home. He would just get up, watch TV, and just shake all day. You know what I'm saying? I stopped that. All right, boom. Occupational therapy. We doing therapy 3 times a week. We get up, we going walking every day. And I didn't have to do that much. And I was doing that without, I couldn't get home health care. I remember at one point in time, I had to tell the doctor, I was like, I gotta go get a job. She was like, don't get a job. Who's going to help your grandfather? I'm like, I don't know. And like, literally, like, after I kind of departed from it, its health deteriorated.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was more of like, I guess like when I realized like, oh, you were really about to go into this and actually make money, it was a full circle moment. So I kind of feel like, yeah, it may be a little bit more work, but to me, it's a little bit more fulfilling than just having properties. Yeah, I would like to have just properties and do whatever I want, but if I'm able to make the same amount of money and I have to put in just a little bit of time, you know what I'm saying? Like just really managing people and making sure people, because I could be invested like how it was with my grandfather, but I probably wouldn't. You know, I'll probably be more of like just managing the whole situation. I'll be more of a person like, I would rather train you to do what I did and you just do what I told you to do, and then we be good.
Okay. So yeah, so it looks like there's a lot of things happening now. Things are moving along and it's exciting. I mean, obviously there's a bit of tragedy happening, so
Yeah.
but you know, every time there's something negative happens, there's always something comes out of it, right?
Yes, it
So
does.
yeah, so things are moving, and actually
Yeah.
things in the podcast are happening for us. We're, you know, we haven't been jumping on attempting to grow intentionally. We just been having conversations and posting them, and we're getting some numbers.
We're
So
getting some numbers, and then like, you know, we haven't even really plugged the community.
yeah,
You know, we start plugging the community and telling people to come and join our Digenet class every Wednesday, you know what I'm saying, and learn some of these tactics and learn how to start your own business, you know, we'll be out of control.
yeah. Thanks. I mean, yeah, things are happening for us, and so, but yeah. So those of you guys who are watching it, you know, we're just sharing little tidbits of what's happening in our lives, stuff that's financial, stuff that's otherwise. But yeah, but we're just we record with this every Monday, and
Yep.
so you know, Raymond figured, you know, it's good for him to have some normalcy, get a Monday in, do the recording.
Yeah, don't stop. Like, you know, it like I just talked to the people at the mortuary like right before I got on. So it's like I ain't gonna really stop at this point in time. She wouldn't want me to stop, so
Gotta
there's
keep
more of
it
that.
pushing. Gotta keep it pushing.
Oh, Armand, I gotta show you something.
Oh wait,
I mean, I've been wanting to give this to you. I'm so mad though, because I
what is
think
it?
it ran out of ink.
What'd you get? You got a pen. Look
Yeah,
at that.
I was supposed to give this to you.
Where'd you get that?
My homie's dad who died. You remember the one who got the properties?
Yeah.
He had one of these, and he was like, "You want it? Yeah, I want it." I already know. I was like, "Oh, I'll give it to Armand because I know you like pens." But the only thing I just found it again with cleaning up this room because you know I'm turning it into a studio. It don't write no more.
The ink, it doesn't run out of ink.
Huh?
So these things don't run out of ink. The ink dries up.
Okay, so the ink is dried up.
Yeah, the ink is dried up, and so what you end up having to do is you end up having to soak it to get the ink rehydrated, and then you got to wash it out. But yeah,
okay. So you'll know what to do with it.
Oh
I
yeah,
send it to you.
yeah.
Right, I'm gonna make sure I send this to you. It's a nice one. It got the little snake on it. I think you have one of these.
Something like that. Yeah. So yeah, the inks look like this.
It's like goes in an inkwell.
Yeah. So this is a little there's a little Mont Blanc inkwell I got here, and yeah. So I mean, it's gonna join a lovely collection of other fountain pens, which I never use. I mean, I gotta start reusing these things because I have so many of them, and I'm really into the, you know, just it's technology from a bygone age. Like, when's the last time you really saw somebody using these things, right? Not in some movie, right? But they're fun to collect. The different mechanisms, like this one, I believe the one you have there is it has a cartridge, what's it called? It has
no branding or anything on it, so I don't know.
What it's got is like this. So if you open it up, this thing here, you can unscrew that. And there is a
oh yeah, you can.
Yeah. So this is a cartridge converter. That's what this is. So that same pen can take a disposable ink cartridge. You slap it in there.
Yeah.
Hold it up. Let's see if there's ink inside it.
Or inside the little cartridge?
Yeah. Okay. So take the top off, and then unscrew the. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. That's not a fountain pen. Oh, wait a second. So that's not a fountain. It's a Okay. Go ahead and take it out.
Take the whole thing out?
Yeah. So there's probably like just a ballpoint cartridge inside there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's a ballpoint. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's not a fountain pen.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So if it was,
you would know.
If it was a fountain, then there'd be a cartridge converter possibly. That's this style.
Yeah.
And now we're delving into something is a weirdly odd area of fountain pens. The other style is like this one. Mm-hmm. This is technically a piston filler. So you have this, so it doesn't come apart here. You have this thing back here where you have this little piston, but this is not a real piston filler. What this one is inside here is one of those cartridge converters, but it does come apart. Mm-hmm. And you have the little twist thing here. Okay.
Right.
That's this one. But like my other, I've got a big Mont Blanc 149. That's a real piston filler. That's in a different room. But that one that's a real piston filler pen. You don't see very many of those anymore. Mm-hmm. And then this one here is a vacuum filler. This is a weird one. You take this thing, and if you unscrew the back, this little thing comes out like this. Mm-hmm. You put this inside the inkwell, and you push this thing down. Once it reaches a certain point, it opens up the vacuum and it just sucks ink right up into it. It's weird. So I very rarely use these, especially this one, because it'll fill with a lot of ink, and you got to use it. So this has never been filled up. But I got a bunch of these things. Like Quentin, didn't I give you one of these?
I have one.
Yeah, I gave you one of these. What color was it?
Black.
Okay. Yeah, have you done it yet? Have you used it?
I used it once or twice, but
Wait, have you been dipping it, or did you actually use the vacuum fill?
No, I just used it. I haven't refilled it or anything.
So you just dipped it in the ink and used it, right? You didn't fill it.
No.
Okay. Yeah, when you fill it, it's pretty cool. Once you press it in, it just sucks all the ink right into it. These are neat. Yeah, dude. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Raymond. That's
I think what we're gonna do is send me your address, and I'm just gonna mail it to you because like it's already I don't know last time I've been up there, but like it's been too long. Like as soon as I saw this, I was like, dang, I was supposed to get this to you.
It's been a while, yeah. Dude, thank you. This is fun. So I got my thing tomorrow. I've started getting that ready. So I guess we had to call this one a night. Yeah. I got some good information going. But yeah, well, I mean, I really want to get us into. I really think that the acquiring of those properties is a true pathway for us to develop some really quick wealth.
Sure,
I'm with it.
Right, and and people have talked about that. Real estate is a powerful way to get there. Mm-hmm. Right, from what I've seen.
Huh?
Here we go. Oh yeah, dude, I got our podcast running in the background there.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the end of that one where I made that AI.
Oh, did you make that?
Yeah.
I gotta check that out. I
told you I'm pretty nice with the AI. I'm interested to see what.
Yeah, I'll get you that course I bought, so you can check that out.
Yeah, I want to see what he's talking about.
Okay. Anyway, excellent. So another great round of conversation going. Guess we'll call this one a night, and then so let's. Once again, so I guess we'll reconvene on our regular Wednesdays.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So anything last to add before we roll?
Oh, I got my name. We'll talk about it Wednesday.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That's not a podcast thing. That's for your own personal business. Awesome. Yep. Hey, thanks, guys. So so we're signing out. I'm signing out. I am Armand.
That's your boy Raylo, man. What's up?
Q Tatum here.
Thank you guys for all being here, and we'll see you guys in the next one.